Good morning. It's 8:34. It is Monday morning. TGIM. Excited to be live with you on Facebook right now. We're about to go live on KHEAradio.com at 99.5 FM. We have an awesome show today. Curt, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. We're going to be talking about our cruise giveaway that we are dropping, that we dropped earlier a couple weeks ago. We are announcing the winner on May 31st. It's a Friday night at 7 o'clock. And we are going to be live at Bayshore Grill for that.
So live at Bayshore Grill. It's going to be a good time, and we're going to be getting into the middle of this Kickstart right now. Ethan's here in studio, and he looks like he's pumped to be here as well. So make sure you share this video out, like, comment, let us know what's up, because we want to hear from you. Something that we want to mention right here at the top of the show, if you have the opportunity to go eat today at Jimmy Changa's, and I'm not sure if this is actually going through to y'all. Maybe I'll see you later. But if you have the opportunity to go eat at Jimmy Changa's at 646 in League City, you need to go do that from 11 to 9 p.m. If you go eat today and tell them that you're there to support Abundant Life Christian School, then 20% of the proceeds will go towards Abundant Life Christian School, which is a really big deal. That's a part of who we are here at Abundant Life and at KHEA Radio.
Yeah, we're super excited about what's going on at Jimmy Changa's. So that's, again, 11 to 9 o'clock. You can go and support a local school that's connected to KHEA Radio. We broadcast out of Abundant Life Christian Center, and we're proud to do so.
Yeah, 11 a.m., 9 p.m. Go to Jimmy Changa's today. Changa's. I think it is Jimmy Changa's because it's Chimichanga. I don't know. Anyways, go to the Monkey Restaurant today. Tell them, hey, I'm here to support Abundant Life Christian School, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, so one more time before we get back on the FM here, we're going to be touching on everything that we're doing. We're going to be dropping information about our cruise giveaway that is going to be taking place May 31st. We're announcing the winners on May 31st. It's a Friday night at 7 o'clock. We're going to be live from Bayshore Grill, making sure that information is out there so that you guys know 7 o'clock. If you want to know if your name's going to be announced, that's what's taking place.
Yeah, I think there has to be an early favorite. There has to be early favorites for the winner of the cruise, because there are people, I promise you this is true, there are people that go and comment and share the cruise every day, because the more that you do that, the more likely the software could potentially pick you if we understand the way it works. But there are people that do that every day, and we'll get the notification, see the comment, and I'm like, man, this person, they're really upping their odds to win that cruise, which is going to be huge. Thank you to Royal Caribbean. Thank you to Karen Edge, Josh Edge, yourvacationedge.com, and Cruise Planners for making that possible. So there's going to be a cruise giveaway. We're announcing that winner May 31st. They're going to be cruising later this year right into Mexico, sipping, I don't know what, pineapple juice out of a coconut, maybe with a little bit of Bang energy drink.
The
mixed
pina
in there
colada
as well, and you're just having a good time, like sunglasses, looking like Ethan in the middle of a Dr. Choppa show with sunglasses on, kind of chilling in the back, So we got 18 seconds, and we're going to get this thing going on the road. So let us know what you got going on today. Good morning, Thomas, host Wait. Hey, Curt, good morning for tagging Josh Edge. Here we go.
Awesome.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It is Monday, TGIM, 8:37. Hopefully everybody's having a good day today.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who is tuning in today. We have a bunch of people joining our Facebook Live video that's at KHEA Radio. A bunch of people are listening in their cars on 99.5 FM and also online at KHEAradio.com.
And as soon as this week, hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to listen from your cell phone, wherever you're at with internet, from the KHEA Radio app. So we're just waiting for that email confirmation. I've actually been searching every day for the past 2.5 days. I go to my app store on my iPhone, app store, and I search, I searched KHEA Radio, and then I just have been refreshing it just in case it pops up, because it's going to literally pop up any minute now.
The funny thing is I have it on my phone, but it's in the development stage on my phone, not from the App Store yet. So we're super excited about the KHEA Radio app, and it's going to look awesome.
How is that funny? I'm still waiting for like the laugh. The funny thing is.
The funny thing, because I have it. Oh.
Okay, yeah, it is funny. So yeah, that app is going to be dropping soon. Man, we had an awesome week last week.
Yes, we did a lot last week. We accomplished a lot of things here at the radio station.
We also came in even though there was flash flood advisories and warning, and hopefully everybody's dry and okay. I know Curt had some water in his apartment, but has that been getting fixed?
Yes. Everything in my apartment is fine now. I went home and it was still wet. Well, I took care of it, laid some towels on the ground. Hopefully the carpet doesn't, get mildewy, but yeah, we're good. We're all dry now.
That's awesome. The interesting thing about that whole experience was that it didn't really rain. It sprinkled, like where we were. We had to cancel LeaderCast. Our show was postponed. We told the guests, hey, because of the weather, we don't know what's going on, and we had to do all that. But sometimes that's what you get. So Thursday night, it was like coconuts, right?
Right. So much water went up. I have this, and I think I talked about it on Friday, in front of my sliding door, which leads out into my patio at my apartment complex. There's probably a good foot block or so,
sure.
Would you say? Ethan, you've seen it. It's about a foot high, right? About a foot high. It's a cement block.
Ethan's like, yeah.
That blocks the slider door.
Sure.
And water came up over that block and into the apartment. So it was a significant amount of water was dropped that night.
So you have your own little seawall.
I do. I have my own little seawall. We had to go and the apartment complex went and got sandbags and put like the sandbags over it just in case on Friday, and nothing happened. So I don't know what to do with the sandbags. Do I keep them there?
Good. Nothing is good. I would call your apartment people, and they would probably store those so that way, if that ever happens again, with it coming up on this time of the year, there's a lot of awareness that needs to happen. And in case there's another storm or some rain or some development happens, they'll be able to reuse those sandbags, I believe. So I would reach out to them and get them to store them.
We're gonna have we're gonna be talking about hurricane preparedness and stuff like that coming up later this month, correct? Yeah. I remember we had a conversation about that with somebody.
Yeah, so one of the gentlemen who works with the city of Texas City, which we're going to be at the firefighter games on 6th Street later this week, I believe, and we were having a conversation with him when he was on. He was mentioning these meetings that they have for hurricane awareness, hurricane preparedness, so you can make sure that you are prepared. You know what's going to happen, and you know how to be prepared for it, what to have on standby, what to look for, and you can be, ready to leave or evacuate or hunker down,
Yeah, I'm super excited to learn. One of the things that I found out very quickly moving to Texas was the hurricane. I never even thought about it when I moved here to Houston. Nobody mentioned it. It was not in the pros and cons list that I made of why I would move to Texas.
There's so many more pros though, so it's okay.
But I went back and looked; it wasn't in my con list, and it definitely might have been in the con list.
Here's one of the pros, and I see Dominic Perez. Good morning, sir. That he's on here. One of the pros is that Dominic is here, who is a MMA fighter. He is a trainer, I believe, fighting out of Pearland. And if you would have never moved down here, you would have never been choked out by Dominic, and that would have been a huge loss for the world. And now everybody has that available on their iPad and iPhone and smartphone.
Did you see, by the way, that he posted a picture yesterday of him and his mom?
I did.
And I'm in the background.
Oh, so, whenever in Humble. If you're fighting. Yeah.
Right. So it showed up as a suggestion to tag myself.
Yes.
And so I did.
You did?
And it showed up as he's with Dominic Perez is with
his mother and
Curt Casper.
I did see the photo. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Did you have a good Mother's Day, Curt? Did you ever call your mom? I saw you tagged her in a post.
I was waiting for her to reply to the tag before I called her, so I figured if she didn't want to tag the post, and I realized that late last night.
Ethan made maybe the greatest Mother's Day post of all time. I had a tear come to my eye, and Ethan, you killed it.
Thank you. I put 30 minutes of thought into that.
I can tell. That's a lot of thought whenever it comes to a social media post. Usually people are like, hamburgers. I had a cheeseburger, and it's like a picture. But for you to take that much time, it shows.
Thank you. The part that I like most was the thank you for all the wise advice, and then the comfort when I didn't take it. Yeah.
Dude, that's deep. That is deep, Ethan. Where did you get all this wisdom from at this early age?
My mom.
Touche. So happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day was yesterday. If you goofed up and forgot to tell your mom or your wife, if y'all have kids, happy Mother's Day. Do it right now. Do it right now. I feel like you'd probably already be in trouble. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to have to call your mom on the break. We're going to have to call. So if you stay tuned, maybe before the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to take a break, give Kurt's mother a call over our Facebook stream, and make sure that she's okay.
Dang. I don't know if I want this again.
I wonder if your brothers called your mom for Mother's Day.
They probably were over at the house for Mother's Day, if we're being honest.
Wow. You didn't fly back to Nebraska and go to your mom's house?
No. But you know what the funny thing is my mom, the last time I did talk to her, like privately between just the two of us, she had mentioned that my youngest brother is thinking about moving to Houston, Texas. And I said,
is that a good thing?
No.
No.
I was like, please, God.
Okay.
She was like, he really wants to come and live with you for like a week. You know, and I was like, no. No.
Okay.
No.
I think you did mention that to me, and here was my thoughts about this. I don't know if Houston, Texas, Galveston County, Harris County, Texas is ready for two Caspers. We can barely handle one. Sometimes my head wants to explode, and I can't imagine if there's two Kurts running around here. Oh, man. I can't even imagine. Do you think that would be a good thing for our area?
No. No, I don't even want it. I don't even want it. And you're insulting me, but I don't even care. I don't even want it.
Well, no.
I was like, Mom, I don't have anywhere for him to stay. Oh, well, he'll be good on the couch. And I was like, I don't want him in my apartment with me, like, for a week. You were enough.
You were talking about your mom? She
Yes.
did come stay with you for a week.
Oh,
huh?
my gosh. It's so... I need like a second bed and like a second bedroom if I'm going to have people staying with me.
You literally just got rid of your second bedroom apartment. You had two
realized that's why, because I don't want anyone coming to visit me. Wow. There was like maybe a little bit of that in there. Like, no, I don't have a second bedroom, Mom. He can't come and stay with me for a week. I'm sorry.
We're going to have to get your brother's phone number and give him a call.
No.
I'm going to make up a holiday and call it Brother's Day and be like, hey, is it Blake? Is that your brother's name?
Yes, Blake.
Blake, happy Brother's Day. You are going to be visiting Kurt Casper right here in Texas City, Texas.
I will say, and I love my brothers a little bit, but... I will say that Blake is definitely better than Eric when it comes to brothers. If I had favorites.
Wow.
If
you had favorites, I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Okay.
Do you think your mom has a favorite child?
Yes.
Who is it?
Me.
Really?
Oh yeah, easily, hands down.
What is it about you that makes you the favorite child?
Because I called her on Mother's Day.
You said you didn't call her on Mother's Day.
I didn't call her on Mother's Day, so I can't be the favorites anymore.
Oh, well. It's 8:47. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. We're talking a little bit about the cruise giveaway. If you haven't had the opportunity to enter to win that cruise on this Royal Caribbean cruise, imagine this. You're swinging in a hammock on a beach. There's white sands. The waves are crashing, and the wind is blowing ever so slightly. You're drinking out of a coconut pineapple juice with a little bit of Bang Pina Colada poured in there for fizz. And this was all made possible by YourVacationEdge.com in Royal Caribbean. So we're excited to give that cruise away.
Yeah, so that video is our featured video. I'm going to have Ethan post that in this live video on our Facebook page. If you're driving on the freeway and you're listening to 99.5 FM, hey, go like KHEA Radio on Facebook. It is our featured video on our page. All you have to do is like, share, comment on that video, and you'll have a chance to be entered to win. We had an opportunity when Your Vacation Edge was in studio. If you go back to that video, if you can find that show, if you shared that video out, you would actually get a second entry into it. We're going to be making the announcement on May 31st. That is a Friday, the last day of the month at 7 o'clock. We're going to be announcing the winner of that cruise video at Bayshore Grill live on location. You do not have to be present to win, but we are going to be live on Facebook, and we will announce the winner during that at like 7 o'clock time. So make sure that you tune in on our Facebook page. I think we're going to try to do it on the FM as well, possibly. So we're still playing with the details on how we get it on the FM, but we're super excited about that. So May 31st, 7 o'clock.
We're going to be at Bayshore Grill May 31st, so make sure that you are there with us. How cool would it be? You come eat some dinner, hang out with me, hang out with Kurt, and our families and everybody else at Bayshore Grill, and then you win a cruise, and then you just like do snow angels like in Crawfish. I'm just imagining in my head that would be like the perfect day. The perfect day. What a beautiful time. But we're going to be at Bayshore Grill tonight if you want to come hang out with us. We're actually going to be testing out our gear. We're going to be testing out our gear to make sure that the stream on that day, at May 31st for the cruise giveaway announcement, is going to be going good. Kelly Redinger with More Than Just a Society is going to be out there. She invited us. So come hang out with us at Bayshore Grill tonight. I believe starting at, is it like 6 or 7? Do you know what time?
I think it was 6:30, wasn't it?
6:30 sounds good. We'll be there. And then also going to be eating lunch at Jimmy Changa's today, telling him we're supporting Abundant Life Christian School. So 11 to 9 p.m. If you can't make it to Bayshore Grill, go to Jimmy Changa's. Tell him, hey, I'm here to support Abundant Life Christian School. I heard this on KHEA radio. They're going to give 20% of your proceeds to the Christian school, which is actually where I went to school. And my son goes to school there now, and Curt used to teach there. So we're a part of Abundant Life here at KHEA Radio, and that's also Abundant Life Christian School. So we want to support the school.
You know, I was thinking the other day of when I was a teacher at that school. I love going back over to the school building. It's literally right next door. It's easily a Curt, probably half a Curt's throwaway from KHEA Radio.
Hey, there's a couple things we need to do, and this is one. So shout out to Santa Fe Water Services. We need to bring Chris back in like stat because they always have a lot of stuff going on. But man, Chris, why are you so busy? Why are y'all so busy over there at Santa Fe Water Services? We need to get you back in studio later this month. If we could do that, that would be awesome. And the other thing we need to do is get a show mixed down for Blake Hawkins. So shout out to Freedom Hawk, and shout out to Santa Fe Water Services, two of our partners here at KHEA Radio. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting us, and we support you as well. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Yeah, so I was saying that I really enjoy going back over next door to the Abundant Life Christian School. A lot of good memories about what took place during that time. And
How long did you teach there?
Only a year. But I was telling somebody the other day about my very first subbing experience.
Okay.
So I was a full-time teacher, but my classes were only Tuesday to Friday. And so on Mondays, how they did it, they're like, hey, you would be the IT guy on Monday. And I was like, sweet, that's awesome. Like, I can run around and fix people's computers, i.e. sit on my computer and, like, work on things.
Play Tetris,
Tetris
right?
on my computer. But the, like, first Monday out of the gate, they're like, hey, we don't have any subs. Will you be a sub? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be a sub. And it was, like, for, like, geography, like 5th grade geography, actually. And I remember the kids, as I was leaving for lunch, I went back to, I had this Pop-Tart and my water. And I took a bite of the Pop-Tart, and it tasted really awful, and I didn't know what it was. And so I took a
Fifth graders.
Fifth graders.
Fifth graders did this, okay.
So I took a swig of my water, and then I knew what that was because they put it in the water, too. It was hand sanitizer. They put hand sanitizer on my Pop-Tart and then put it in my water. First day substitute teaching, 5th grade. Yeah. I was like, come on. Really?
How do you know that it was them?
Because they confessed to it.
Did you send the kid to the office?
No, well, they had already left, and so I was like sitting in my back at my other office at the end of school, and I was like a little loopy, you know, and everyone's like, what did happen? And I told them, and like, we'll get to the bottom of this. No one messes with the teachers here at PLA. And found out who the kid was.
Wow, what happened to him?
I put they had little like locker spaces. And so I put a hand sanitizer bottle and I put googly eyes and I said, I'm watching you. The little 5th grader kid.
Is that like a threat?
No, it wasn't a threat, but it was just a funny little thing.
I would have filed a police report on you. Be like, wow, this teacher has it out for me.
No, I didn't have it out for him. He did put hand sanitizer on my Pop-Tart.
Did they have video, like evidence, surveillance?
He confessed to it.
Doesn't mean he actually did
like
it. Maybe
it was
he was
a shakedown.
He was scared after the threat. After you put him like, I'm watching. He's like, yeah, okay, I did
This is after the shakedown. After we found out who he was.
Wow.
The kids told on him.
I see a lot wrong. Maybe the kids didn't like him. Right? I don't know. This is KHEA Radio. We're going to take a quick break. Maybe call Curt's mom on the Facebook stream.
No.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Bethel, Lion and the Lamb. You can stream us from anywhere in the world at KHEARadio.com. If you also search KHEA Radio on the App Store, nothing will come up yet. But if you do that in like 3 to 5 days, maybe our app will be there. It's so close to being finished. This is 99.5 FM, KHEARadio.com.
It is finished. We're just waiting on Apple to put it in the App Store.
then it's not finished because I can't get the product. It's finished whenever
you get the product.
Whenever the product is available, because I'm going to search again. Maybe it's there now. Look, KHEA Radio. KHEA. No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
It is not
The
finished.
cool part, let's talk about some of the features of the app that I think people are going to be really super excited about.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We're calling your mom.
No, I'm trying to avoid this.
I know. I realize that, but we got to call your mom and figure out if she's upset that you didn't call her for Mother's Day. And
I called her Friday.
And if your brothers called her.
Oh, man. I don't know.
Think about how sorry she'll feel for you when you're like, Mom, my apartment flooded, whenever you got your carpet a little wet.
That's what I was going to use it as my excuse. Hey, is it board discoverable? There we go.
Yeah, it is.
It's not showing up.
This board is awesome. I forget like how fortunate and how awesome it was, that share-a-thon. Thank you so much. Anybody that's ever shared our video streams. Thank you anybody who's ever donated to KHEAradio.com, going on our website, hitting the donate button. That's how we're able to do this. That's how we're able to keep making upgrades. I just forget how fortunate we are, you know, and I always have to like slap myself in our mind like how awesome this gear is, and everything that we're able to do every day is because of you guys and y'all's continued support, whether that's through business, continued support through individual partnerships, or just sharing, commenting, and watching our stuff. So that way we're able to keep doing this stuff. But yeah, this is an amazing board. 15 channels, Bluetooth, the works, right? Really.
I can't get it to show up. As bad as it
Classic.
sounds. As bad as that sounds. I can't get it to show. The Bluetooth isn't showing up. That's funny.
Chris, it is not in the Google Play Store, but it will be anytime now. Probably, honestly, not today, but like in a couple days, because we submitted it. Was it Thursday evening or
Thursday afternoon? Yes.
So it usually takes about a week. So fingers crossed by Thursday that we'll be in the Google Play and we'll be in the App Store for iPhone as well. And that's our hope.
Yeah, they said like 7 to 10 business days. So hopefully, like at least this week. If not this week, then for sure early next week. But a couple of the things that I'm really super excited about inside of the KHEA radio app is there's going to be a coupon section. So we're working with people in the community to give us coupons exclusively inside of the KHEA radio app. That means you'll be able to download the app, go to a restaurant, go to a store, and say, hey, look, I have this coupon. And it just gives you more reasons to download the KHEA radio app.
Here's something, and I think I've said this to you, but not maybe straight up this way, but like I think everybody hates the word coupon, and that's why I was like, oh, if we called it the appetizer section, where it's like just like free or discounted stuff, because coupons. Whenever I think of coupons, I'm thinking of like, oh man, I don't want to have to cut out a coupon. It just has like a downer. People like the word free. I like the word free. Don't you like the word free? If you had a coupon for, I don't know, even if it was something free, it just seems like it's like a downer, right? To me, it does.
The word coupon's a downer?
A little bit.
Really?
To me.
Were you scared because you had to sit there and cut out the coupon as a little kid? Your mom was like, hey, Gardy, we got some coupons in here. Let's cut those out.
No, we didn't do that.
Oh, man. Yesterday, I was at Party City, I think is over there in League City, right next to Goodwill. And there was a lady standing in line, and she had all these coupons. And I was like, hey, how about you airdrop those coupons this way?
Right.
And she was like, no. And I was like,
it's hard work, man.
They're coupons. You got it on your phone. All you got to do is airdrop it. Oh, man. I was
hunting for the deals. She's not going to do that. But if you go to the KHEA radio app, whenever it's released, then the appetizer section, which I think is funny, will be able to get you like, this is Chelsea Manigault said, Mother Ray's Crunch Roll coupon. That's potential. Like, hey, you buy, get one half off. I don't know. It'll be pretty much a coupon. But just to think of a KHEA radio name so that way it's not coupon or a coupon.
How about an appin?
An appin?
We just make it up.
I feel like an appin is, they won't know what it is. It has to know, give you a little bit of an idea like what it is.
But see, when I think of the word appetizers,
because like discount code, that's perfect. Pretty much it's like an online coupon. Like you have a discount code. So if it's like a graphic and like you can get the discount code, and it's just, you just show them your phone and then you can get that deal. But like discount code, cool. Coupon, I don't know.
I do hate people who are standing in line dropping coupons when you're checking out
If
at the
you're in a
grocery store.
hurry.
Yeah.
So, see, I think that's part of where kind of that negative connotation can come from, which there's nothing wrong with saving money. Who doesn't want to save money?
Right.
But I don't want us to be like, oh, you think of the KHEA radio app and it's like coupon. Like it's a negative connotation, like right off the, you don't even have the app. It's not even available in the store yet.
Right.
And then it's like already like, oh, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
You think of the coupon, it's just.
Here's the funniest thing that happened to me the other day when I was at, I went to Kroger. And I went to Kroger specifically because I have the Cash App. And the Cash App, if you get the Cash Card that comes with the Cash App,
5% back.
10%.
10%.
10% back
Making
from
money.
Kroger's, right? Which is a lot of money. Like if you spend $100, it's $10. That's a lot of money. $10 is $10. So I go to checkout, and the lady, it was the funniest thing. Like I swiped the Cash App card. I've never used it before in my life, right? Like this is the first time I've used it. And Perry. And she goes, it's declined. and she was like, said it so silently. Like she was like,
It's declined.
it's declined. Like
That's like
I'm
a
gonna
common
be-
courtesy, though.
Right? And I was just like,
You would have been mad. You would have been mad if they're like, "Sir, this is declined." You'd have been like, "Can you keep it down? Like, come on."
Well,
I'm Kurt Casper.
do I look like I'm like struggling? No.
a little bit? Oh,
Wow. Wow.
if
But
they
you know-
spend any like a little bit of time around you.
But here's the funny thing about that is I swipe.
How's it going?
So I was like, no, it's the first time I've used the Cash App card, right? Like this
Right.
is the first time. It's fine. And so like I realized, oh, it doesn't have any money on it that you have to transfer money to the app first.
Yeah.
So like everyone's like standing behind me, like looking
Waiting.
at me, and I'm like, okay, let me do this. Let me get this. So I send over just enough. It was like $120 worth to the Cash App card, and I swipe it and I type in the numbers, and she goes, sir, it's still declined.
Right.
And I was like, fine, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And so I just used my other card, and then I had to transfer back the. It was nuts.
Hey, how's this camera shot? Is the camera not even on?
Yeah. It's,
Okay,
it's
there it
good.
is.
It looks great.
Can you see my third chin?
Yes. What's up, Harry?
How you doing?
Doing good here. I'm gonna move this camera back actually, so that way it doesn't get that sweet noise.
Is there
If you pull the mic a little bit further away towards you,
towards?
Yeah,
Wait a
just
minute.
do that.
Further away towards me.
Boom.
Okay.
Well, further away from me.
Okay.
So we got Perry Brooks, 3BQ here in studio. We're gonna be talking about everything barbecue and everything that 3BQ has going on. So how's it going?
Well, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good. It's Monday.
How's your mom, Kurt?
We couldn't get it to work, so thank goodness.
Let's just do it the old school way, where
Sure.
it was just like holding the
Oh,
phone
do
up
Do you
here.
remember those days? That was funny. I don't know why.
Yeah.
it's
So
not working.
Manish is supposed to possibly be here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's we're here. I showed y'all pictures last time of the panino and the pizzas and everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna launch that in June, and y'all were there whenever we did a little dry run of it. See how it was gonna be.
What was the general feedback?
Feedback was that it was good. You know, I mean, that's a perfect idea. The whole concept is good, but I think I can sell it better while I'm there. The whole visual, because the time that we did that, we went through like half a brisket in an hour. So, and it was just a visual. You know, it was smelling the brisket, seeing the brisket, seeing me, and then boom, everybody was just getting pizzas and paninos. So we tried to do it in May. You know, the brisket of the month or the sandwich of the month, but that bombed.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, it was hard to push whenever you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So we got some good pictures. We're gonna get some little table toppers and promote it a little better, and we're gonna do Fridays, 6 to 8ish, 6 to sell out in June. So that's gonna be brisket night. You can have all things brisket.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And if you're watching on Facebook, then you've seen a bit of that brisket that just popped up there a bit ago. For me, I'm the kind of person that I go to even like a fast food place. If I go to anywhere, I want to order something that's like, hey, brand new, limited time. They got the photo right there on the menu,
Yes, yes.
and so
I'm kind of digging
makes
what
you
y'all
hungry.
are doing with the little pop-up ads. That's pretty cool.
yep.
With the little pictures.
Yeah.
I know. You got to
The-
see the brisket. Perry, I might be a little salty right now.
You know, I'm
'Cause I didn't
surprised
bring any.
Kurt hasn't asked yet. Like before, usually he's like, "You think Perry's gonna bring some brisket?" He didn't ask me this morning.
Yeah.
Well, because the last time Perry came in, he didn't bring brisket, and he didn't bring us food, he didn't bring us tacos. And I thought we were better friends than this, Perry.
Well, yes. I would have, but yesterday was Mother's Day, and
Even more reason.
right. But we did stuff for mothers. So I did snow crab yesterday, or king crab yesterday.
Ooh, that's nice.
What's king crab?
It's the king of all crabs.
Is it a king crab? Is it the biggest one?
Yeah, I believe so, and probably the most violent because they have little thorns all over the shells. Mm-hmm. It was my first time actually having king crab. It's my wife's favorite, so obviously that's why we did it.
How do you
And,
cook it?
Steam it.
Okay.
You can grill it, boil it like you would crawfish.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did it a unique way. I guess her family put a cookie sheet with a little bit of water in it, and then throw the crabs in the oven for like 10 minutes. It was pretty cool.
And then it worked like that. So we got 20 seconds. We can go on the FM. Man, I ran into a dilemma where I had some tamales I got from HEB, and then we went to my mother-in-law's, and her microwave was broken. And so we've always done that, but apparently we could have put some water or some steam, and you kind of did it
Right,
what you did.
right.
But I had never done it, and I was like, I'm going to goof these up. Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. That was We Are Messengers. Maybe it's okay. It's 9:05. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Kurt.
And we have 3BQ, Mr. Perry Brooks, in studio talking about what's going on with 3BQ right now. Good morning. How you doing?
Well, how are y'all?
Doing good. So we've seen some pictures so far on our Facebook stream of the brisket that you've been putting out. And
Yes.
you've been doing this full time now for how long?
Almost a year. July 1st was a year, and so it's God is good, man.
Yeah.
He's blessed me with many things. It started out with hopes and dreams and a leap of faith, and I'm getting in with the community, little league. Everybody's starting to know more and more about my barbecue. Mm-hmm. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Has there been, I guess, that reputation that goes around? What do people say, or like, what do you at least hear whenever people talk about your brisket or your barbecue?
The color, the smoke ring, the taste of it, the flavor of it. I don't over-season it, so people get to enjoy a good prime beef. So salt, pepper, garlic, that's all I use on my brisket. That's all I've ever used. And, well, not ever, excuse me. In the past couple years, that's all I've ever used.
Yeah.
And it just got better with that.
Yeah, and I noticed your hat,
Yes.
Stone Cold.
Good
meets-
people, man. I'm proud to say that they are some good friends of mine. Amy and Sean Stone, they're good people. They started around the same time as I did. Mm-hmm. And, again, a leap of faith and hopes and dreams. And they opened up a brick and mortar, and everything was stacked against them except for his drive. And now look at them. I mean, they're very successful. We were just at their kid's birthday party at Moody Gardens this past weekend. So that was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, entrepreneurs started around the same time, and then you also have been working together. You talk about, hey, you minimize the seasoning, and then you can taste the meat.
Yes.
How important is that quality of meat whenever it comes to
Very
making good
important.
barbecue?
It's very, very important because, I mean, you can take any piece of meat and season it and cook it, but if you spend the extra money for good beef, then you can taste it. It's like a good piece of fish versus a bad piece of fish, or there's no such thing as bad tacos, so it's just tacos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, you can really taste it.
Yeah.
And with Stone Cold Meats, they have Wagyu, they have Prime One, that they got Top Prime. It's just a good selection. They have a good variety of different types of meats. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So Prime 1 and Wagyu, those are just are they different, like treated different ways, or what does that even mean?
So Wagyu is a Japanese beef.
Okay.
They massage them daily, and
Wow.
I could just picture fields with Mozart playing in the background, and it's just, I don't know what it is. It's very lean, or not lean. It's very marbly beef.
And these are these like Texas ranchers or something? And they just
so
do it a certain way?
You can there's Texas ranchers, there's Americanized. So basically you take Japanese beef, Wagyu or Kobe beef, and you breed it with a Black Angus.
Okay.
And that is, you have the Americanized Wagyu.
Awesome.
And if I'm incorrect, please somebody.
Someone tell us
I'm sure they will.
what's going on. So we're talking to Perry Brooks from 3BQ. You've been doing some collaborations with Little Bella Mia. Can you share what's going on there?
Yeah, so we're going to do June, Friday nights, every Friday night in June, 6 to 8, 6 to sell out, basically. We're going to be doing all things brisket. It's going to be a brisket night, and do brisket paninos, brisket pizzas, cauliflower, keto-friendly pizzas. So, yeah, I mean, heck, we might even stuff pizza in a ravioli. I don't know.
Perry, can you
brisket in a ravioli.
Ooh, Perry, can you talk about how important it is to have that partnership with local restaurants who are
It's my
in
community.
the community?
That's what makes me me. That's what makes me successful, is the community. And any way that I can partner with the community, partner with the local business, it's not just a single Saturday for me. I try to shop local all the time. So, just with us together, I mean, we can take over. So,
Well, that's what I noticed. With Little Bella Mia, with Stone Cold Meats, these partnerships with other local, entrepreneurs, kind of supporting one another. Is that something that you realized went on before, starting your own business? Did you always shop local?
I did, because I mean, it's more personal. That way, whenever I walk in, then they know me and I know them, and it's kind of like whenever you have a long relationship of a bank. You walk in and you treat everybody with a handshake and a smile on the first name basis, and that's exactly what we do. Every time we walk into the meat market, my son's with me, and he walks up to Sean, shakes his hand. How you doing, Mr. Stone? It's just a good old boy country thing to do.
Yeah. How old's your son?
8. He'll be 9 in August.
Has he shown any interest in learning how to smoke yet?
He has, but more so, like in the past month, my youngest daughter, she's 5. And for my past couple events that I've done and catering, she's been right there with me, making the marinades, making the injections, injecting a pork shoulder, seasoning the meat, helping me start the barbecue pit. So she's more so shown an interest. But he did, and then season 9 of Fortnite comes out. So
Yeah. And your wife, she's in the medical industry, right?
she is, yeah, she's a PA.
Yeah. So, have they been drawn more to you? Like, even like your daughter, I don't know, have any of them shown any interest in the medical field? A lot of times it's like, oh, my parents do. Has anyone done that as well?
Not really. Until they stump their toe or get a scratch.
Then it's important.
And then sister has to go in there and put the Band-Aid. She has to play doctor. So in that aspect, yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's
it
fun.
is.
Right now it's 9:12. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11. We're talking to Perry Brooks from 3BQ, and you maybe have seen his trailer. Perry, can you describe what your trailer looks like? If somebody has not seen it,
It's a soft green color.
Yeah. And where does that come from? I see you have them on green right now.
It's lime green. Green and red go good together. That's Irish. It matches my beard.
It's probably the same color as like the Facebook. Whenever somebody logs on,
Yeah,
it's that
right?
same color
Yeah.
green. Here's the other thought that I have.
Wait, what? It's light blue on Facebook?
On Apple. Well, okay, so yeah, the whenever somebody goes live or not the comment, but
Anything else you'd like to say?
I'm just mad that Facebook updated to that stinking light blue. I hate it.
The other thing that I don't understand is on my phone, whenever I go to KHEA Radio's Facebook page, It won't let me post unless I post to the page as my personal
Yes.
self. But now you have to go to the Facebook Pages app, and that's what I've been doing.
No. There's a way to do it. You have to go to publish.
Good morning, Mary.
Okay, I'm here right now,
Here, let me see.
and then I go to page. Well, Kurt,
Yours is different.
Hey,
looking.
Thomas
Yeah,
has a
mine's
pretty
updated.
good point.
my I have a point too, Kurt. You may have to stop showing these food pictures. Seriously.
I'm just mad at
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
I'm not mad at Perry, but I'm starting to get mad, and I don't know where to direct my anger. But if you keep showing these on
Hangry?
Facebook stream, I'm getting very hangry,
Yeah.
turning into the Hulk. I see this green color of that trailer. My face is turning that color now.
Do you have a picture of the Keto Bowl?
The Keto Bowl. I don't know if we have a picture of the Keto Bowl. Kurt, do we have a picture of the Keto Bowl?
Or do
I
have
don't
to,
think so. We just have a picture of that. Yeah, Gardy, I don't know. what's
on
going
my Facebook page, it should be. Right. That's where y'all are pulling this from.
Well, those are photos that we had loaded into our hard drive, and so we aren't able to pull them like on the spot.
You want
But
me to-
how
you
can
want me to
somebody
pull it up?
how can somebody find your Facebook page?
Brooks Boys Barbecue at Brooks Boys Barbecue. You can follow me on Instagram as well as Facebook.
Sean Stone, who's watching, says, "Guy does it right."
Man, hey, enjoy your vacation, bro.
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation. He's in the Kill Country right now.
That's
you know,
cool.
we've tried to have Sean on our show. We've tried to go and meet Sean. We'd still love a chance to talk to Stone Cold Meats and,
I happen
and
to
see
know
how
a
we.
guy. Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to go with Jennifer Fuller. We were going to go, and then we had found out that Joe Perez was dropping his video like 2 days later, and so we didn't want to. We knew that that's like a huge opportunity for Texas Chronicles to do a video, so we didn't want to do
Sure.
anything right before. And then we were actually supposed to have him on, but then there was some, I think, like an electrical issue. So he was like, "Hey guys, something came up, and I have to be here." Whenever you're a small business owner,
You have
you
to
are
drop
everything.
everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's understandable, and we support these local businesses like Stone Cold Meats.
I'm surprised he was able to get away, just because, it's just so busy, and he's blown up, and it's awesome.
We've been going around these cook-off circuits, and hanging out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And a lot of people are using Stone Cold Meats.
Yeah, he's at League City. Y'all were there, and the guy that won first place fajitas got fajitas at Stone Cold.
Surprise, surprise, huh?
And Sean's actually, we're trying to get together and collaborate a cook-off. So we're trying to come up with ideas and times, and so that'll be happening.
Okay, here's something. And we talked about this with the firefighter games, about a taco portion. Like, it can be any kind of taco, but I've never seen, like, okay, you have your brisket, your ribs, then just like as a wild card, like taco, and then anybody can create their own, whatever that means.
Sure, taco. Well, so I think for...
I was gonna say I might have some more information on that, so I'll let you talk, and then I'm gonna drop some stuff here really fast.
The cook-off?
Yes.
Okay.
Go finish what you were saying.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Kurt, you're being so rude this morning.
I'm
Can you let our guests
Ooh,
talk, please?
Man.
Go for it.
I apologize. I apologize.
So, yeah, he's going to have, I think, 2 of them whenever it gets a little cooler, October, November, something like that. I think he's going to have a brisket cook-off. But we had talked about doing a fajita and ribs cook-off.
Nice.
And then
Y'all
I
know
told
when?
him we have to do a chef's choice. That has to be a category.
When are y'all thinking about doing that?
June-ish.
Hey, here's Chef Mary Bass is watching. She said, "You didn't bring them food?" ?
Maybe
it was
that's
Mother's
why.
Day yesterday. It was
Yeah,
Mother's Day. Had some stuff going on.
I feel like he could have started the brisket though on Friday and just let it cook all throughout the weekend.
You know what's
and it would
funny?
have been okay.
Is, there was, so I fed the teachers at the beginning of last week at Dickinson.
Awesome.
And then we're gonna do. I was gonna do the same thing for Friday at my kids' school at Hyde, and then the best teacher appreciation gift you can get is to get rained out and flooded, I guess. So they got the day off.
The
So
teachers got the day off.
Yeah. But I was still smoking this brisket for the teachers, and I had somebody that ordered a brisket for Saturday, so I just kind of slowed down that brisket rather than just hurry up and get it done for lunch. I just kind of slowed it down and took time with it, and cooked half of it overnight Friday or Thursday night, and then finished it off Saturday. So that was pretty cool. They enjoyed it for Mother's Day and got pretty good feedback on that.
That's
So,
awesome.
That is awesome. Hey, I want to go back to the taco eating contest. I had a conversation
Whoa.
last night.
We're not doing talk about
eating
taco eating or
contest.
taco cook-off.
Cook-off. It's the same thing. Same thing. It's
Hey, but I like where you're going.
right, maybe that would be a portion of it.
Yes.
So I had a conversation last night with TJ from I-45 Now, and he is totally on board. He's like, dude, I'll help partner it. I'll help get it all connected up and ready to go.
Really?
He's like, there's never been a taco cook-off, ever. He goes, you could have so many different categories. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So it's in the works. KHEA Radio, I-45, taco cook-off. Let's make it happen.
Let's do
Taco
both.
taco.
Taco eating competition as well as
The taco eating and taco
and
cooking.
Done.
There you go.
It'd be a beautiful time. What else could there
Done
be
and done.
at this magical
and then Dr.
event?
Chopper coming
he
in
said
right after that.
Possibly it'd be great at like Nestler Park in Texas City. He said it'd just be a great location to have just like a big old event, a cook-off right there, and partner with the city of Texas City.
That would work.
That'd be fun. Hey, if you have any ideas for that, or you want to enter, maybe you make the best tacos. We're looking for them. We're trying to find the best tacos in the world. Reach out to us, and maybe we'll have you in that competition. Right now, it's 9:19. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM, and we have some people that are saying they are early favorites. Chef Mary Bass said, I'll win. No one needs to sign up. Is that an intimidation thing? It's like, I'm like, okay, I was going to sign up. Now I'm not. My grandma's like shaking in her chanclas.
The shrimp tacos that she had at the women's conference.
Those are good.
I put him in the top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Top
they were really
5.
good. Speaking of the women's conference, LeaderCast got rained out, but I think we're going to do it again in a couple
Has
weeks.
anyone checked on Pierre? Has anyone called him? Has anyone been like, hey, Pierre, are you okay?
I was messaging Pierre to try and find out if he was okay. He was like, I'm pretty bummed out, but, it's going to be okay. I saw some pictures and stuff he was doing for Mother's Day, with
Yes,
his
I saw
family.
that.
So I think he's okay.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I think he's okay.
I just haven't heard from him. He hasn't reached out to me.
We had talked about calling Pierre today, and we said we should probably call him off the FM and give him a heads up, or we were going to call him on
Because
Friday.
he's like crying. He's like,
Pierre, you're on the air.
he's like, guys, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's tough. You plan for an event,
Yes.
and a lot of work goes into it, and sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate, and things don't
Absolutely.
always go the way
Yeah.
that they're supposed to. So, just
Like the
rolling
farmers
with it.
market with Bay Area
Yes.
food lovers. 3 months in the making, and then it just bombed.
Well, it was rained out the first time.
Yeah,
the
it was
second
rained
time.
out in March. It was rained out in April, and then in May, it happened to just fall on Cinco de Mayo, and it was beautiful weather.
It was.
So I don't know. I saw you there after because I got a notification that you were live, and I was like, "Well, that turd didn't come by the trailer."
Yeah.
You must not have wanted any brisket.
Well, I did want some brisket, but I was trying to get my kids some ice cream.
Yeah.
And then just rolling. It was my daughter and then my niece.
Yeah.
And they did the face painting. I wanted to stop by, and I was like, well, hopefully I could do a live video, and that'll do.
Yeah, Lulu, the face painter there,
Mm-hmm.
she's gotten to know my. She painted the kid's face 3 or 4 times now at different events, and it finally snapped whenever I was there, and she was like, "Oh, So my daughter's name is Macy and Cassidy, and we call her Macaroni and Queso. So we got mac and cheese. you know? So she was like, "Oh yeah, you're that of mac and cheese." So it was pretty. She didn't eat meat. She had some of my brisket and absolutely fell in love. So
Oh, really? She doesn't eat meat?
That's how good my brisket is.
Wow.
I turned a vegetarian.
Well, that's
And
awesome.
she actually contacted me over the weekend, and of course I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I'll cook some a meal for you." And then I realized it was Mother's Day, and I had to cancel. So I was like, unfortunately, and she was like, I completely understand. So she ordered mac and cheese, baked beans, and some of that ooey, yummy black stuff of the brisket. So she wanted the burnt ends, the best part of the brisket.
Yeah. She's talented, too.
She's very talented.
She's really good at face painting because she'll do stuff that's like, well, what do you want? And then the colors. And she was asking my 2-year-old, what colors, do
I
you
was a
want?
3-headed dog off Harry Potter.
And she could do it. But my daughter was like, well, she wanted the stars. And then she was like, well, what color do you want? She was like, brown. Because her
Brown
favorite thing
stars.
is chocolate. So she's like, oh, I want brown chocolate or brown. So she was like brown.
Done.
And then she wanted blue. So there was brown all over her face with blue. It's and it still looked good.
Yeah,
it still looked
yeah,
good.
yeah.
The colors, they were because that's what my daughter picked. But it's just funny. I'd never seen brown and blue stars.
Brown is her favorite color.
Well, she likes. Well, they asked her what her favorite color was. She said blue, but then she was asking for a secondary color, and she said brown, because she likes chocolate. Like she's like a chocolate maniac, and so she knows chocolate's brown. She goes chuck it, like just chuck it. That's what she wants all the time.
That's funny.
She does. You've heard her.
I
sure.
know it is. It's
and
exactly
then me,
what she does.
I don't like chocolate.
I'm cheese.
Well, maybe like brown for brisket. She's like burn-ins.
Maybe.
You know, like
Burn-ins,
brown.
yeah,
I want burn-ins. Burn-ins. My daughter, she'll eat some meat in like pasta, and that's it. But I have given her soup like menudo, and she's eaten it, or even like egg drop soup. She'll eat that.
Yeah.
You don't like menudo?
No.
Why not?
Because it's intestine.
It's good for you.
It's good for you. It's not good for me.
It tastes good.
Yeah, not to me.
So do you eat tripas?
Nope.
That's straight up intestines.
Yes.
I eat them all.
Nope. About as crazy as I'll get is head, barbacoa. Yeah, that's no feet. No.
I eat it all. I don't
Nope.
care. If it tastes good, it tastes good. You know, to me.
Possibly, but if I can't get past the thought of it, then. But then again, a lot of people. I mean, one of the best, weirdest things that I've eaten is scrambled eggs and squirrel brains. But
Where'd you have that at?
growing up,
Really?
at grandma's
What?
house. Yeah, that was the original.
Why
taco.
the squirrel brain though? They're like, I know
'Cause that's the
exactly
meat.
where.
So it's kind of like geez Louise, chorizo.
Yeah.
It's greasy.
That's the texture?
Yeah, that's the
Well,
texture. of it.
chorizo's delicious.
Absolutely.
Chorizo. I love chorizo.
Yeah.
Where did we go? Sammy's Wild Game Grill, and they had, was it the camel empanadas? And the camel tasted, it had that chorizo, like feel and like
Right.
grease to it. However they cooked
Yeah,
it, and then
yeah.
they fried it in there. But the camel did, and I was like, this is good. It reminds me of chorizo. That's the closest thing I ever had
Sean
towards it.
Stone has a very good chorizo.
Really?
Chorizo. How do you call it?
Chorizo. Does he do any of the like camel or any exotic stuff like that?
He has exotic. He has elk. Well, exotic for you or exotic for me? We had this
For me.
conversation the other day. Yes, he has lamb. He has an algai, which is black buck antelope. He has elk meat. He has some duck.
What about alligator or crocodile?
He does not have alligator or crocodile.
Okay.
And I was at a shop the other day and looking at his little, exotic portion. I walked up to him. I was like, "Man, you get something that I don't have. I have all this in my freezer right now." And then my wife comes home with a bag of alligator. So that was pretty awesome. Have you had alligator?
I have. I've only had fried
No?
alligator. But
Yeah, that's the
Perry,
only way to eat it. Well, you could grill it, but
okay, I was gonna ask, is there a way we could like smoke it, and would it be any good?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alligator?
all things smoked.
Perry, next time, okay, we'll accept the fact that there's no food here today, but
No,
next time,
I'm not accepting that fact.
Okay, so what is it that you want?
fried alligator. Actually, anything. I would take some
Okay.
fried alligator.
Yeah, that.
Just invite us to your house. You live like a Kurt's throw away from me. Just, whew. And I'll have Kurt over, and I'll throw him over, and just
Yeah.
ride on his back over, and just like soar right in the backyard. He'll slide in, and then we'll just eat some alligator.
The same time that my brother comes to visit.
He's at your house, and we're at Perry's.
Well, Russ said that you were taking in my brother.
No, I can only handle. I can barely handle this guy, and I can imagine two Caspers.
No, man, I have more than 3 taste buds. That's silly.
Barbecue.
Salt, pepper,
Barbecue.
garlic. Those are
Salt,
my.
pepper, garlic. Bam, there you
That's
go.
what
There's my
3BQ
trinity.
stands for.
Yeah, exactly.
Three taste buds.
Exactly, 3 taste buds.
Q.
So then, hey,
3 base cuts.
Mary said that smoked alligator tacos in the future.
Oh man, please, please. I
You
started.
show up with smoked alligator tacos, we'll just give you the trophy.
Done.
Just take it. Just take it and go. Yeah, I watched the show Swamp People, and after seeing that, like the first 2 seasons straight, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to try some alligator. And so I went to I was living in downtown Houston at the time, so I went all the way down to the Beltway in I-45. There was a place over there, and I can't remember the name of it. It's probably still there, but they were the only place I knew that had alligator, and it's
So
good.
you can get it at Swamp Shack.
At Swamp Shack, you can. Makes sense in their logo.
Yeah.
I haven't been to there yet.
Who are
You,
we
haven't-
talking?
you can actually see a live alligator. I don't mean to cut you off, Kurt. I apologize.
No, you're good.
So they actually have live alligator there that you can play with. Well, look at. Not
Play with.
But
Kurt, you good?
I want to play with an alligator.
do you? You want to wrestle one?
No.
Can we
Yeah.
set that up? I wonder if we can set that. I'm gonna.
Hey.
Who has? Let's call Swamp Shack.
So hey, I actually one of my good friends back home's. Okay, follow me on this. Good friends back home's sister, which she's still a friend of mine, but baby daddy was once on that show.
Oh yeah,
Swamp People. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, my wife texted me and said that I said chocolate so many times that she's listening like in the car with my daughter, and so then she had to go get
chocolate covered donuts.
The River was like, "Oh, chocolate," and so she had to get a chocolate pop from Starbucks, like a cake pop. So that's funny.
She had to get a Starbucks cake pop.
She had to. That's
to.
Man, my daughter would be like, she literally had to. It's like, girl, the world's over.
It sounds very much like she just wanted to get the chocolate cake pop, and then
Mary,
she's using that as an excuse.
My daughter or
no,
automatically
your
win.
wife?
No, my wife. It's not from. You can't share that. It's for my daughter.
I know, but that's kind of what. My girlfriend will do the same thing. She's like, "Well, I have to go to Target,
Right.
to get something." I'm like, "You don't have to go to Target."
You want to.
Yes.
Oh.
So
Please don't compare my wife
ocean-
and your girlfriend ever again.
the Ocean Car Wash right there?
Yeah.
I just talked with them. I'll probably be out there on Saturdays since I'm doing the
646, right there.
Yeah, right there by the new Popeyes.
Yeah.
On South Shore.
Yeah.
I'll do, maybe one during the week and then one on the weekend. Set up shop because he's busy on the weekends, and I mean it just makes complete sense that if you're there to get your car detailed, you have to wait 30, 45 minutes. So
I have a pass, like one of those quick passes.
Do you?
It's like $20 or $15 a month or something, but you can go as many times as you want.
Yeah, just
The
a
car
basic-
wash?
The car wash, yeah.
Oh yeah, you've told me that before, and I've been super jealous. They don't have that here in this area. You got to go to League City to do it.
Oh,
Well, the only thing is, man, they have gotten so much busier. I would go every day. I used to go like a year ago. I would go every day. Like I'd go home from work and it was part of my thing, and I just like go in. But now, like especially on the weekends, you got to hit it the right time, even after work,
early in the morning,
which is good for the business.
Yeah.
And for you if you're going to be set up
If I'm gonna be
outside.
up there early in the morning, guess what's happening? Brisket tacos.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you do know that you can always set up here outside of our radio station.
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like it's just us. Like we're the only ones out there.
Right.
But we'll eat.
We'll eat. We're just cook enough for two. I mean, 2.5.
Quick enough for two. For
Two
a
and a half.
brisket
And a half.
and a half.
Ethan's bigger than you
I
are.
can't eat.
He said I can't.
I can't eat. I mean,
Okay, 3.5.
All right, let's take a quick break. It's 9:31. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Coming up next is Sidewalk Prophets. Prodigal, stay tuned. This is KHEARadio.com. Kickstart's going to be on till 11. We're talking to Perry Brooks from 3BQ. If you're watching on Facebook, hey, let us know. What do you have going on today? All right.
You know what I think it is, Gardy, that gets me so pumped when we have songs like that and you do a rant? Because when we're on the FM now, we don't play any music behind us. I feel like it's just like that shift. It's like
do you ever hit the post?
Bing, bing.
Do you ever do that?
the
What's that?
post.
The post.
What's that?
So you like talk it up, and then if there's just music, you have to talk up until the first word of the song.
Oh, we call that ramping.
Oh, ramp. Okay.
Yeah, we do it sometimes, but that one was like a 17-second ramp, and I talked it all the way till about 4 seconds before.
So you missed the post.
I did. I didn't hit it exactly. So
Talking about my daughter being, I guess, more interested in it. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it kind of kicking around, like in about 5 or 10 years, changed the name to Barbecue by Brooks instead of Brooks Boys.
because it wouldn't just be then it would be the three Brooks boys.
Have y'all been to Corkscrew?
No,
And it's in Old Town Spring.
never been there.
Phenomenal barbecue. It's a lady, and all of her siblings went to college and was successful, and she went to college, and then she was like, you know what? No, this isn't for me. And so she opened up a little section on the side of the road selling barbecue, and then she got a truck, and then she got a brick and mortar, and now she sells out every single day at there's the lines. It's like the fantasy story of Franklin's and Killian's, where there's a line,
Yeah,
an hour and a half wait, and their brisket's really, really good.
and that's her. That's her barbecue.
Yeah.
What's the barbecue place in Santa Fe?
Cats.
Cat's barbecue.
Cats.
So
and
never
soon to be Texas Pit Stop Barbecue.
yeah, they're going there as well. But
As
Cat's
well?
Yeah, they're going to Santa Fe. They're opening up a new place in Santa Fe.
Yeah, they're expanding pretty big then.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be the third one?
Third location, yeah.
Katz, there is a husband and a wife that own it. The husband, he's from actually like the Midwest or up north or something like that. But the wife also barbecues as well. So like he's usually up there working the front, and I know they, whenever you're a duo, you do a lot together.
Sure.
But she's like in the back, and so she's helping maintain the meat and smoking stuff as well. So they say she can hold her own for sure. She's amazing as well.
Yeah. There's an old lady at Snow's Barbecue. It's an old lady, like in her 80s. Gets up there at 3 o'clock in the morning and just gets it. It's crazy.
I find it funny. There's a guy in Lamarck. He drives around with his smoker on the back, and then he'll stop and like at gas stations or something like that, and then we'll turn over and look at it, and then jump back in the truck and start driving around. And I'm like, what? You're cooking meat as you're driving around? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Absolutely.
Where's he going? Don't know. To work?
I don't know, but it's funny. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, it'll be cooked perfectly by the time I get to wherever I'm going.
Absolutely.
That's
or he could just be keeping it warm.
that makes sense. And then he's like delivering it somewhere, about to sell it, like to the plants or refineries or something like that.
Yeah, because there's so much after it's cooked. There's so much more prep that you have to do to get it ready.
There we go. My wife said your mic was on. Got that.
My mic.
No, it was Perry's.
Oh.
My mic is on.
Hello? Yeah, I fixed it, I think. Right now? Okay, bye. It shouldn't be now.
Like
Everybody
being played
talk
on the radio.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check
3,
1 2.
4, 5,
Check
6.
check.
Check it, check.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
We can hear
PB scribble.
Well, that was a little bit of a special event. I love when that happens.
It's good. It makes our show interesting.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to take place behind the scenes at KHEA Radio.
And
Are you going to? I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna say sometimes you get a taste of what's going on behind the scenes over the FM, so y'all are welcome as well.
Right?
Are you going to be downloading the KHEA Radio app when it comes in?
Dude, I've been waiting.
This week.
I'm searching every day.
You said that last week.
I'm searching right now. We did, and I told Kurt not to say
7 to 10 business days.
Yeah.
So we're on the business day 3.
So we still have some time.
Right.
I'm hoping by Thursday.
So next week.
I'm just hitting the search button over and over again, and it's not coming up, but it will soon enough.
I hope
Hey, Sean wants me to deliver him a brisket in the hill country.
He does?
Yeah.
I want one too. I'm in League City though. How much does a brisket cost? Like $100, right? Or $120?
It depends on where you go. Depends on you're looking anywhere from a good brisket from Sean Stone, $50-$60. If you want a better brisket from Sean Stone, then you're looking about $100-$150.
But I want a good brisket, but I want it cooked by you. How much is that? Still like $120?
Are you asking? You want me to $125?
That's how much it costs?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If you want a smoked brisket from me, then it's $125.
How much is it? How much is in that?
How many people does it feed?
It'll be a 12 to 15 pound brisket. So
12 people, because I can eat a pound.
Yeah, you're looking at 10 to 15.
So it's like $10, $10 a person if you're looking at it like that or so, right?
Yeah, about $8.30.
You got that broken down pretty good.
Yeah, because there was a lady that was, saying that was too much. And I was like, well, you're more than welcome to go somewhere else, but my briskets cost $125.
Yeah.
And if you want a lesser grade, then we can adjust that price. But I'm not going to get a brisket from Sean Stone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean it's $125. That's 12 to 15 pound brisket sliced and pickup.
Do a lot of people try and negotiate prices with you?
Not at all.
Everybody, for the most part, that's a rare thing.
Yeah, because they know. I mean, I broke it down. I was like, for $125 for 15 pounds, that's $8.30.
And that makes more sense. It makes sense that way. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So putting it that way, in that aspect, Rudy's, I think they charge $10 a pound. And if you were to get a brisket from me by the pound, then it's about $15-ish.
Yeah.
By the pound.
Are you a fan of Rudy's barbecue?
I'm a fan of barbecue.
Yeah.
There's better than others.
Right.
But I mean, Rudy's is decent. I mean, it's a nice little go-to.
You know, those places like you named some barbecue restaurants that people just know, like where there's a line out the door. Is the difference between them and, you know, other places that they're using that
Franchise.
Well, the franchise, but like the meat, like the quality of meat, that's what they're using?
Well, they go local. I want to say that Killian's uses 44 Farms. And Sean Stone's, you know, another plug for Sean Stone. Stone Cold Meats has 44 Farms. They have RC Ranch. So, I mean, it's just the breeders that you use and and that's what they use. And that's a good Texas beef is 44 Farms.
People love Texas stuff.
Yeah, we stick together.
We were talking with.
You wouldn't understand.
We're dropping a video. We're dropping a
Us
video.
Texans call our mom on Mother's Day.
Ooh, that is true.
But you did call her last week, though.
I did. I called her Friday and said, "This is your call for Mother's Day."
Absolutely.
So she can't be mad about that.
I may call her now. What were you going to say about?
I was gonna say we're dropping a video today, a shine on Lamarck, and it's for underwater green fishing lights, and they build these lights right here in the city of Lamarck, Texas.
Awesome.
Like fishing lights that you can go and catch.
And they're going to have like a grand opening or what?
They are. They've been open for 2 years.
Okay.
So they're located just off of like exit 10 on the I-45.
You know where BioFest is in that park right there? No? Okay, so if you're heading towards Galveston and you take exit 10, this is where Texas Pit Stop's on the left.
Okay.
And then on the other side of I-45 is where they're located in a building. But the cool thing, and I was trying, whenever we were asking those questions, I saw on his shirt, you know, it said "Made in the USA," and we knew that they were making all of them in their warehouse there, but he was like "Made in Texas, made in the USA, made in Texas, made in Lamarck," and we're just like, man, that's just really cool to see, you know, a business, you know, take pride, be like, we're using Texas, USA, and not only that, but we're using Lamarck, which we're in Lamarck too. I grew up, you know, right down the street from them in Lamarck, and so for me, that's pretty cool to hear. You know, people taking pride in that.
Absolutely. It's I don't know, man. It's just local. That's how you succeed. I mean, it's fans.
Yeah. Gaining popularity, and then you get that quality. They know what they're going to expect.
Yeah. Like Southern Sass. You know, I mean, they've blown up.
Yeah.
Our daughters go to school together. And they were at the same daycare together. And that's how we got to know them. And whenever I quit my job, Lizzie was about to quit hers. And at the school parking lot and passing, I was like, hey, I hear that you got a vinyl shop. She's like, yeah, we're thinking about getting it. Cool. I'm going to have a big trailer that you can practice on. And that's how that conversation started. And now
Paul quit his job too.
Paul quit his job.
Expanding and everything.
I mean, you know, they got the huge embroider machine. That's who did this. And it's just, they're going to have their ribbon cutting. They're going to try to get with Chamber of Commerce. So you might want to reach out to them and get them on.
Here's what we do. We love the chamber. Which chamber?
League City.
Okay, never mind. I'll let them do it.
Well, because they're in League City. So. But yeah, September 28th is they're
cutting.
They're cutting, and
September 28th.
I'm saying, you know, I love the chamber, but if somebody wants a ribbon cut, we'd be more than happy to go out there and film a ribbon being cut for them, you know, and
hey,
like our own ribbon cutting, like, hey, congratulations,
you're welcome.
Your business is now KHEA
approved,
approved,
and then the chamber can do theirs too. But we support the chamber. We love League City, and we love everybody.
Ethan can be in the back with the little poppers, little confetti poppers.
Hey,
wow.
Robin from Axe Masters said that she uses them too. Have you been to Axe Masters yet? Have you seen that?
No,
throwing axes.
No, I have not. I want to go.
You look like you'd be good at throwing axes. I don't know if that's a little
you look at
weird
him
for me to say.
And it's like he's an axe thrower, but you look at me and you question my axe throwing ability.
Yes.
I have a better beard than Perry. Come on.
You have a better beard than me?
I don't think so.
No, I have you can split mine.
That's like Viking-ish, like that's the thing. Like you have to be able to do braids, and I feel like you could get like some braids in there.
A
Throw
couple
some
years
axes.
ago, it was a little longer.
Yeah.
Or a lot longer.
Yes.
And my girls put it in pigtails, and I was like, okay, that's
Time to cut it.
yeah, that's a little much.
Man, Robin said, "Okay, let's do it." I guess she's talking about the
ribbon cutting?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We need to schedule that.
fireworks. Ethan, can you find us fireworks, please, for these?
Ethan, are you taking notes over here? Is that what's going
Right.
on? He's like,
So,
fireworks, popper.
little sparklers on his fingers.
Get like an American flag top hat.
I love this little
Ooh.
He said he has one. He was
glitter
like, I have
fingers?
one. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
top hat and tuck suit.
Hey, who's I'm gonna butcher his name. Ryan. I know Ryan, the stilt guy.
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
in the sky. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know.
You need to have him there. Maybe he has
the top hat.
yeah.
Uncle
Put-
Sam.
He's lighting the fireworks.
Yeah, he was the lobster the other day. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome. You
No.
just almost offended him by saying you had a better beard. Ask him about his toenails. This is Mary Beth.
My toenails. Y'all know about my toenails.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about it before. His toenails are always painted.
Are they? What color are they right now?
My left one is pink and yellow, and my right one is pink and turquoise with glitter.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look good.
I love that you're showing that camera, and then I took the other camera. I was like,
You
dang.
were hoping
Oh,
he'd,
I
like,
was
pick it
showing
up.
that camera.
Yeah, that camera,
camera
but,
comes
but
over
I
here? Really?
But I was.
Check it out. What? I should have did a
You
pedicure.
just swap back.
I mean,
Yeah.
You can't see it. It's
Good.
too far away.
So you think you'd be good at throwing axes? You go to Axe Masters?
well, I mean, at 5 minutes of training, I'll be good at anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I like the attitude.
yeah.
I like that. See, and I believe him.
You could park outside of X Masters.
You know what? But I have to have a theme song though.
What would it be?
I mean, like,
Dun,
look at a flick of the
Dun,
wrist.
dun, dun.
Look at the wrist. It's like I was thinking like Born to Be Wild or something
Right.
like and then just like
Born to be wild.
So would y'all's be it's raining tacos whenever you're throwing them?
ooh.
It's raining tacos. There was an
Yes.
event that I was doing, and my wife kept saying, "You need to play that. You need to play that."
Hey, Sean.
Just put it on loop.
Sean Stone said I tried painting mine, did not have the same effect.
I do too, but no.
Is Sean 6'4" with a Viking beard?
No,
Okay.
he has the Viking beard, but I think he's like 5'10".
Same thing.
Yeah.
For you, it's
He's taller than Curt.
Oh yeah, well come on.
Smaller head though.
Ooh. We should go on the FM, otherwise it's gonna get ugly.
I don't like where this is going.
No, it's gonna get ugly.
Okay. Okay, Robin said they have good coaches. There somehow needs to be
5.
like an Axe Masters,
5'5".
3BQ,
KHEA
Stone Cold,
radio.
KHEA like
Yeah.
collab, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like barbecue throwing axes.
I got it. Little Bellamia.
What?
Little Cabellamia.
No.
What about it?
It's all. That's what we call it.
Okay.
Mm.
You know, like, and it's a collab with us, and we leave
No, and
Manish
then-
out of it, like he left us out of his life this morning.
Ooh.
How is he doing? Someone tag
Well,
him.
okay, so he actually is providing lunch for some of the teachers. So, I mean,
Yeah, Kurt, come on. He does a lot for the
Ish.
community. I feel like he's a good example, and I've told this to people.
he is the good guy.
We love Manish.
absolutely.
It's great.
He's a good example for these business owners to kind of to follow after. Collabing and then supporting, and then also giving back to the community as well. So it's really cool. See,
I had no idea you were going to be there the other night that we were there.
Oh, Robin, yes, definitely.
set that up. Huh?
Not
So you would go to Robin's place, but you won't come sit outside for us for lunch every day?
every day for lunch to serve what, like 3 people,
Yes.
4 people,
1, 2.
We said 2.5.
2.5 people. Okay, then it'll be like a $25 sandwich.
That's fine.
We're okay with that.
You know, not
Kurt's
to
fine.
throw in a like a challenge burger or nothing like that, but I mean, just it would be nice to have what I would call a kitchen sink. That would be my sandwich. Have like a couple brisket burgers from Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Have some chopped beef, some ribs. Throw some pulled
on a
pork
sandwich?
and sausage, an egg, some bacon, some macaroni and cheese. Put some beans on it. Put a fried pickle or 2. Yeah, just The kitchen sink.
Yeah. I went and had a hamburger from Delta Blues, Papa's Delta Blues, and they put what was it called, the Pit Boss, and so they had a couple of pieces of barbecue on there, and it's really good. I like it.
There was I forget his name. There's a guy at Bay Area Houston Food Lovers, that food group. Crystal is his wife's name, and she came, and she's the one that got the cauliflower pizza the other day, and she came and got a keto bowl, and then he came back and got a burger, and then he just, well, what can you put on it? And I was like, well, I can put this, I can put this, I can put this, I can, just kind of playing with it, and boom, he got chopped beef and sausage, and it was just
The works.
Yeah, liquid cheese over the top of it.
Liquid cheese?
Liquid cheese.
Is like queso? But not
like a pretzel cheese.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rico's that nacho cheese.
Yeah, so I have a Twisted
nacho.
Frank on the on my trailer, and it's a bacon wrapped hot dog, and I put like a pretzel cheese, a beer cheese, over the top of it, and it's heaven.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds good. Hey, when's the next time you're going to be at a location? What's your next date?
I have privates going on, private parties going on. So I don't know actually my next window service.
Which do you prefer? Is it either? Or is doing the private catering?
Private events, because that's guaranteed money. I know what I'm going into.
Yeah.
I know that I'm making X amount of dollars.
We need to book you for an event in July here at the church. We'll talk.
Yes.
It's pastor's birthday celebration.
What day? I'll be in Connecticut in July.
Late July. It was like the 28th or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Are you going to be in late July? Are you going to be?
I think the 28th we're leaving the river, the Frio. So July is our vacation month. My wife and I got together and we're like, hey, let's go. It's her family reunion, and rather than flying up there, whenever you have a family of 5, you really don't want to fly anywhere because it's like $2,500 round trip. So we're gonna drive up there, drive to Connecticut.
28th is correct.
28th is correct.
So we got.
I'll have to get back with you on that.
We got 5 seconds. We can go on the FM right now. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 9:51. We have Perry Brooks from 3BQ in studio talking about barbecue, catering, serving at private events, and maybe
Toenails.
set up on Friday night.
And toenails.
Talking about toenails as well. So how's it going this morning?
Well, how are y'all?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hungry?
Getting a little hungry from seeing all the videos
Hangry.
and pictures.
At least I don't
hangry.
smell like barbecue.
That's true, because that would be worse than seeing it, huh?
Yeah,
that was the worst yesterday. Yesterday we had a Mother's Day celebration here at the church for church service during the 10 o'clock service, and outside we had food trucks. We had Rolling Republic barbecue out there,
Kona Ice,
right? But they grill, or they smoke their barbecue that morning, so they're getting things prepped and. That smell was going into the church, or at least I felt it was going into the church service. So as you're sitting there, there as pastor's
whenever
preaching,
I was here for Christmas.
Yes, it was the same thing. I was like, barbecue. That's all I smell, and I want some.
Yeah,
it's hard to pay attention. When there's barbecue smells.
Rolling Republic, Steven, he just quit his full-time job to be able to go on the food truck because his wife was kind of running and scheduling, and he was smoking and doing all that stuff. But they got to that point where it's like, man. We gotta make that decision.
Yeah,
they're starting a second truck.
I heard that.
They want one that's quick, so they can show up and just
like a smaller one.
No, not a smaller one.
They want a truck, not a trailer.
They
have a trailer, right?
Yes, they have a trailer. I think they want a truck, but I think they want it so that they do like sandwiches and stuff like that, so that they can, if they want a lunch party or something like that, they don't have to spend a whole lot of time smoking. Barbecue, where they can just show up and have sandwiches and stuff.
Do you know what equipment they have inside?
It's a great question.
I don't. I haven't been inside of their truck.
Yeah.
Have you?
We've been inside of yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Yeah, because I have the deli prep area. I have a griddle, a deep fryer, 2 12-inch stovetop burners.
Yeah.
You got it all. It's a massive.
I got it to where I wasn't going to outgrow it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think I remember you telling us you had went and talked to other truck people and being like, what did you wish you had? So that way you knew going into it, this is what I need.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Rolling Republic was the one that I spoke with a couple years ago whenever League City opened up their dog park. There was a barbecue truck out there. And they said their biggest thing that they wish they could go back and redo was buy it complete.
Yeah.
And because they bought and converted from what I believe. And I took that and ran with it. That's whenever I think I first got the idea, man, people can actually make a living out of a food truck.
Yeah.
Because roach coaches and taco trucks and stuff like that. But it's
Roach coaches?
You've never heard that, roach coach?
I've heard it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just the concept of like what used to be a food truck. It's different now. That's what he's saying.
Completely different now.
Oh, okay.
Because this was just like a throw together, fly by night type thing.
Right.
And now it's inspected, and I mean it.
Sometimes
I
even
can't
harder.
Believe how often and much I clean that trailer.
Right.
There was last week or something like that. I had several events back to back, and I would come home and just clean it all out, wash it, and bam.
How do you wash out a food truck like that? Like, what steps are you taking to make sure that it's clean?
You do bleach water, so there's a triple sink in there for the wash, rinse, sanitize, and you have a bleach water solution that I have in there that I can rinse and sanitize. I just wash the walls down with cleaning solution like 409 degreaser and stuff like that. And then I'll go back and I'll sanitize everything with it because it's all stainless steel. So you just have to make sure that it's clean and then sanitize it. And I have alcohol wipes. At every event, I get the health department to come out there for my permit, and they do inspection and all of my little meat probes. It's just a whole series of stuff that you have to do.
Yeah, with the 3-step washing, that's the same thing you have to do in the food like restaurant too,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. And they make sure that you have the test strips. It's just little like pull strips to check to check the pH balance. Same thing. If it'll tell you if your bleach water or your sanitation is too strong or it's not strong enough. And I think it's 100.
Yeah.
I should know that.
Yeah.
I know the color it needs to be.
Right.
But yeah, after the event, my wife and I, we get in there and just start getting it. I think that the thing that is good for me is I need a commissary to do a full blanket permit, so that way I can stop working on a temporary. But I'm having a hard time finding a commissary kitchen.
What is that?
So, like a taco truck or food trucks, they go, hey, there's your tacos, dude.
Did somebody do DoorDash? We just had a DoorDash guy. Ethan, is that you?
Ethan, did you DoorDash?
We'll go find out. Go ask him where
I don't know. Yeah.
Go ask him who he's delivering to or for.
So, the commissary is.
Who? Ellen.
Ellen. DeGeneres?
DeGeneres. I don't know.
I'll go deal with this.
Yeah.
All right.
So, commissary is a place to where I need to store my stuff. Like if I find some stuff on sale or, it's just my dry storage whenever I buy it by the case, my boats and my little portion cups and just all the papers that I use on the trailer. And my dry storage and my cold storage. I need a commissary for that. And food trucks, they would go and do all of their prep at their commissary. And then they'll go to the location with everything already all prepped. And I have a full kitchen. So there's like a little gray area, I believe, that I need. What's in the bag?
What's going on over there?
So, okay, I have to tell you
I'm
this.
distracted.
So, do you know who our guest was last week? His name was Alan Hutchins of
I know
A&A
Alan.
Machine.
Yeah. He's awesome.
He DoorDashed us tacos this morning.
Wait,
Alan Hutchins,
is there 2.5 tacos, 3.5 tacos?
A&A Machine and Fabrication. Go check them out.
It's
Man.
3 tacos. I'm
Shut
so
the
sorry.
front door.
Isn't that hilarious?
Alan, we need to get together.
Alan, you are the greatest.
He is
Here.
awesome.
You can split it with Perry since you guys are over there.
Well,
Dang.
hey Perry, so we're about out of time right now. It's 9:59. Is there anything else you'd like to share while you're on here today?
Yeah, so Friday nights in June, Little Bellamia's from 6 to sell out. We're going to do all things brisket. Brisket paninos, brisket pizzas, and they're $11.99. We'll do $1 beer off, or drinks, $1 off. So yeah, we'll get together and again, communities helping community.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank
You're
you,
awesome.
sir. That'll
All
be good.
This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Nobody has ever.
Nobody what?
Has ever.
That's awesome.
DoorDash. What's on?
My mic's off.
His mic is off.
Oh.
Okay. Nobody has ever given us food like this before.
Get bacon?
I don't know. It came separately wrapped. This
Like
is
a piece
awesome.
of bacon came wrapped by itself?
Alan
I think
Hutchins,
it was 2 pieces of bacon.
A&A Machine and Fabrication.
You just gave him the bacon? Oh. Tag Alan. We got to say, oh, Manish is watching now. Good morning, sir.
Well, Manish, wow.
Let's see.
Nice of you to join us there, sir.
See if I can tag Alan Hutchins.
Dude, he was like, Alan? And I was like, huh? And then he shows me the message. It says, for Curt, Gardy, and the intern.
Yes, it was. It was. Thank you for that. That's what my wife called me
Right,
and
that's
was
what she
like,
called
hey, do that. So, I apologize.
Dude.
Well, thanks, guys.
You're
Thank
awesome.
you, Perry, so
Yeah,
much
Now I'm
for...
going to have to go get some tacos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't need this.
No, I don't need that.
I love hot sauce. Are you a hot sauce guy?
Absolutely. Green.
Do you like the green sauce?
I like the green sauce.
green sauce. Is
I like hot sauce.
Me too. I found a new way. What you do? Well,
A new way?
well,
Wait a
yeah, a
minute.
new way. I just started sipping the hot sauce. So instead of
Instead of pouring it?
instead of pouring, because I'm gonna make a mess, especially like I'm eating over this gear. So you take
Right.
a bite and then just like take a little sip, and then you're good to go. So
That's awesome.
Thank
Who do
you.
you have next?
We have Signfly. It should be coming in. I'm gonna call him here in 2 seconds to make sure. Actually, I'm gonna send Ethan out and say like, "Hey, are you still on your way?"
more hot sauce.
What?
I said, but taco.
Did you
That's
get a
why.
taco or just like bacon? Was there a taco in there too? Okay. Maybe he was like, well, I don't know if they want bacon on it. I think it's what it kind of boiled
Who
down
doesn't
to.
want bacon?
I could have put it on the taco.
I don't know. I think that's what it was for. You just ate
That's
the
what
bacon.
it was for. Now you just got an egg tortilla.
Dude, I want to know where it's from. It's good. It's sausage and an egg.
Is it? Yeah. Sausage, egg, and then he ordered the bacon on the side. Man, Alan's awesome. What a great guy. I'm going to post this picture in our Taco group. If you're not in Taco, then you need to go join.
Get there.
Let me see. Thanks. Let me see. Alan. Is he in? Alan Hutchins. Yes. So it's Taco Monday. I'm glad they sent this right now because it's still early enough. If I eat this, I can still eat lunch at Jimmy Chonga's.
So I didn't know what the whole riff-raff about was the lady filter on Snapchat.
Did you have Snapchat? Is this yours?
Oh, my gosh.
You look good.
That was just like my mother.
Kurt's was. Did you see Kurt's that Chef Mary Bass had posted something and
I can't trust anybody. I take the
my,
picture.
my favorite thing was she was like, why does she have so many teeth? Like, cause you can see all the way to the back.
So I take that picture. I only send it to the girlfriend, right? And Naola, my girlfriend, like screenshots it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, that's fine. Next thing I know, I get tagged in this post, and I'm like, what did you do? And she's like, I'm sorry.
My wife said I look like my sister. But I don't know.
I want to see this.
That's my mother. It looks exactly like her.
Yeah. So Kurt's was look good. Look beautiful.
I did.
Just send that to your mom and be like, the daughter you never had.
Did you hear about the story? This guy, I saw it on like some story where he actually like took a picture in his shirt, and it was him, like his face as a girl, and he goes, "Look who's in your boyfriend's shirt," and sent that to his girlfriend.
Look at Ethan's.
Oh my gosh!
Good job, Ethan.
Wow,
Yeah.
you are. I'm gonna be nice. This is a Christian radio station.
Ooh. So here's.
What were you gonna say?
I had to do one with the duck face.
You did a duck.
Show the camera.
No.
Show the camera.
So that's Perry.
That's funny.
In the Snapchat filter.
Right.
Duck face.
Woohoo.
But he sent it to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend like broke up with him. She was like, "How dare you send that to me?"
Right.
It was like, and he was like, "It was a joke. It's literally not anyone." And she's like, "Why would I ever stay with you?"
Wow. Hey, y'all enjoy talking.
Hey,
Thanks,
Perry.
Perry.
Thanks for coming hanging out with us.
for sure.
Let's
appreciate
stay in
it.
contact
Yes.
about that event in July.
Yeah, and Robin.
Robin, Axe Masters.
Yes.
We'll send that to you.
Yeah, send me that info. Or
Okay, doke.
I'll stop by sometime.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Hobbs Road. Right there in Leak City. 518 Hobbs. Boom. Go south.
Ooh.
This hot sauce is awesome. Man,
Are y'all
Alan-
jealous right now that Alan sent us tacos and not you?
Maybe Alan sent tacos to everybody.
Oh, we don't know. He was like, anybody listening right now, that's the coupon code.
Planted in that door. Yeah.
Man, I wonder where these are from. I wish we could have brought the DoorDash guy in,
Right.
had him sit down, and been like, "So what's up?"
So what's the difference between DoorDash and Uber Eats?
It's the same. I feel like some people who work for DoorDash would probably deliver through Uber Eats. So it's like this. It's like driving like Uber and Lyft. Just the same service, different company, right?
Oh, okay. So what's the one where you can send somebody to get groceries for you?
So shipped, and then you can also do. I know HEB does their own.
Okay.
They're shipped, and that's the only one that can come to mind right now.
Did you see the Uber stock on Friday? Did you hear anything about that? So Uber goes public on Friday, right? First day. They have the biggest loss. Like their company lost like over $1 million. The biggest loss on opening day for any company in the world. Like that's crazy to think about.
Has it gone back up or no?
I haven't looked at it today, but it's closed Saturday, Sunday. So
Okay.
We'll see what it does today. But
I would invest
weird.
in it because I would imagine it would go back up because that's the way people are getting around now, especially in big cities. You know, nightlife. Dude, it has to go back up, I would imagine. But again, we're not stock traders.
I think
we're not giving out any advice.
It went from like 40, like I think it's now only $40 a share, which isn't bad.
I'm going to invest Kurt's life savings. Ethan laughed.
So it's like $2.
I'm going to buy 0.00000000001 into that Uber stock. Uber stock.
The best part about these tacos is how like warm they are, and they're good tacos. These would have to be in the cooking contest.
Do we have Alan's number? Can we call him? I feel like we owe him a thank you.
Yes, I still can't get the settings to connect.
Ethan, are you eating some of the hot sauce? Did you try some hot? It's hot, huh? It's good. That red sauce is no joke. These tortillas, yeah, they're warm. I just saw the red come in through I was like, oh. Do you feel like you made a mistake using too much sauce? No? Okay. Because I'm still using my my technique of drinking the sauce. It's working like a charm.
Where you're not dipping it, you just drink it after you take a bite?
You just take a bite like that. You just take a sip.
That's funny.
You're good.
Does your blue show up?
My blue for what?
Bluetooth. Hit the pair button.
The call?
No, the pair. The next to it, the red one.
It says, no, green is pear. And the red is clear.
Can you press and hold the green? Is the green...
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard something. There it is.
Okay. Alan the man. Oh, I think we're connected, so we can make a couple calls now.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Man, the taco's good. Thank you, Alan. You know what? He just turned a TGIM into a even double. Man, I feel awesome now.
I don't think I have his cell phone, but we'll call Alan,
The business?
the A&A.
Okay. We'll call A&A the actual business?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Alan Hutchins.
I'll be like, this is a phone call he's going to want to take.
Let's see if he answers. I know he's busy.
Hey, and I'm Machine Fabrication. How can I direct your call?
Yes. Can we speak to Alan Hutchins, please?
Hold on 1 second.
They didn't even ask who it was.
No.
That's what I like. Maybe they recognized your voice. They're like, oh, this is Curt Casper. Just forward it right.
This is Alan Hutchins. I'm unavailable at this time, but if you'll leave your name
No.
and number, I'll get back to you
Just leave him
as
a
soon as I
voicemail.
can. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
What's up, Alan? This is Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 10:09, and we just wanted to call and say thank you so much. Man, these tacos are awesome.
I can't believe you would do something like this for us.
This may be one of the nicest things that's ever happened to us. Intern Ethan hasn't said one word in, I can't remember when, but he's enjoying it too. Ethan, how is it?
My face is stuffed full. Thank you so much.
Ethan just ate the bacon by itself. I don't know if you did that on purpose or what, but we truly appreciate this. It turned our TGIM into a TGIM. Amazing.
Squared.
So
thank you so much. Hey, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Again, thank you.
So that was Alan Hutchins from A&A Machine and Fabrication. He delivered us some tacos. It's about 5 minutes away from here, a 5-minute drive. They're located at 3101 Texas Avenue. If you haven't checked out A&A, you can at aagroup.com.
So here's the other thing we can do. Can we go ahead and call your mom and see if she had a good Mother's Day?
Why did I pair it?
I wonder how she's doing. She may not answer.
Mom, Terry Casper. Call in now.
Let's call Kurt's mom and see how she's doing. Y'all think she'll answer?
Curt, you only ever call me when you're on the radio. She's not going to answer because she's mad at me that I didn't call her yesterday.
Well, because she knows you're on the radio right now.
Truth.
Okay, come on. Please answer. Can we at least call your brother and tell him that he can move in with you?
I don't know if I have my brother's number.
Hi, this is Terry.
Hi,
Give me your number and I'll get back to you.
You only
as soon
ever
as I
call
can.
me when you're on the
Thanks
radio.
for calling.
At the tone, please record
Leave a
your
message?
When
Yeah.
you've finished recording,
What
you
is
may
up
hang
with
up
people?
or press 1 for more options. To send a fax, press 4
Just send a
now.
fax.
To leave a callback number for fax, press 1. For fax with attachment, press 2. To cancel, press star.
2.
At the tone, please record your message.
We're sending a
When you
fax.
have finished recording, press 1.
This message is a fax to Terry Casper from Curt Casper, her loving son. Happy Mother's Day. Hope that you get this in time. Timestamp 2.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To message review.
This message is a fax to Terry Casper from Curt Casper.
That's what your
her
voice sounds
loving
like, Curt.
son. Happy Mother's Day. Hope that you get this in time.
Hope you get this in time.
Timestamp.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To leave the number
Very
from which
satisfied.
you are calling, press pound. To leave another
don't do
callback
that.
number, enter the 10.
Oh my gosh. He's leaving it. Are you leaving a callback number?
Phone.
Okay, we're good.
All right. So Kurt's mom didn't answer, probably because she knows he's calling and on the air and didn't call her for Mother's Day, so she's
Do
probably
I
a little
get
sad.
red when this stuff happens?
Well, you look red right now, but I can't remember if that's what you normally look like.
Yes.
Do you feel like a little
a
red
little
embarrassed
bit,
right now?
a little embarrassed. I'm not used to this yet. I don't know. We've only done this for a year.
Wait, you're not used to what?
Like the embarrassment of having to call my mom and being.
Oh. Curt, you've had a life full of embarrassment.
Wow.
Not just you, but I feel like a lot of people, like me too, been embarrassed our entire lives from little situations. So I feel like you should be prepared for this.
Oh yes, for sure. Eating tacos is not one of them.
Oh, I'm not embarrassed to eat tacos. I'm not embarrassed to say I love tacos.
Hey, by the way, I just saw that Kelly is watching as well during this, so I want to remind people about an event that's taking place tonight at Bayshore Grill. We're going to be there at 6:30. We're actually testing our gear at Bayshore Grill because on May 31st at 7 o'clock p.m., we are going to be announcing the winner of the cruise giveaway. 7 p.m. We're going to be doing it live at Bayshore Grill. We're going to be streaming on our Facebook page. We're possibly going to be over the FM. So you're going to want to tune in to see if your name is going to be there. If you want to go eat dinner, you can as well.
Hey, okay, something else that we talked about before we went on air was the potential to bring in some concerts. So if there's any KHEA radio artists or maybe even people that you haven't heard on KHEA radio yet, first of all, please suggest those to us so that way we can review it and see if that's something that'd be good for us. The other thing is that we want to see who y'all want us to bring in concert, maybe even as soon as this fall or sooner. I don't know. Are there any artists? Are there any worship groups? Are there any local musicians, like big musicians? Just let us know because we're going to be reaching out. The other thing that I think is interesting that we should do is try and bring in one of these like social media comedians like John Christ because he has like a really cool, it's like some of the stuff that he does is like Christian based and it's like totally clean, but it's almost like poking fun of like Christianity today and like the culture, but not in a bad way. And I think that would be a lot of fun.
You know, I thought the best John Christ explanation that I saw was he was talking about churches and how he used to make fun of them for bringing in snow cone machines and all these
Rolling Republic,
yeah. And doing all these crazy things that gets people into the front door. And he was going to make fun of them, but then he's like, no, this actually works.
Right.
Like when you go out and you have to do that, that's the only way that people show up to church is when you give free stuff away. You know, when we do backpack giveaways, when we do, bikes and stuff like that, the community shows up and comes through the front door and they only show up during that time. And he was like, I'm going to stop making fun of churches for this. I'm going to start making fun of our public. Because this is what they've come to expect. They're not showing up unless they get something from church. They're not showing up just to get the word. They're showing up to get stuff. And he's like, that's not on churches. That's on us as a society.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like, is it the church culture's fault for creating that? I think it's more people wanting, it shows the time that we're in. Because, social media, and people always complain about, which I'm a millennial, and you are too, and Ethan may be like Generation Z or something, I don't know, but that's just what we want. I got to be entertained. I want to have my phone in my pocket. I want to be able to do this. I want to get something. What can I get out of this? But that's just kind of who we are, like as a people. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, but I don't know. There could be a shift. I don't know how we create that or help push that shift forward to where people just want to be involved in doing something good and positive. But that's also, in my opinion, why the church is here, to be able to do those, giveaways and feed the hungry people and give away like the baby shower stuff that we did, give that stuff away. That's part of the reason that the church is here. It says that in the Bible. That's why we try and do those things as a church here, as a community. But again, those are some of our most well-attended things whenever we give all that stuff away. But that's also what we're supposed to do. So I didn't see that video where John Christ said that, but my wife did, and she was telling me about it. It's just interesting. But he is funny, and he has a good way of relaying his message where you can kind of laugh at yourself, and also he will pack out a building, which is really cool. People like to have fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to have a concert too, So I want to see, speaking of bands, I think Ethan would probably say Toby Mac, as I see there's another Toby Mac song in our playlist coming up.
As we should have a DC Talk reunion. I told Ethan this the other day, and his mind was like, pow. I was like, dude, have you ever heard some DC Talk? And what'd you say? You're like,
I was like, nah, I've never heard of them, but I'd heard you guys talking about them, but I'd never heard their music. And you played what? In the Light and Jesus Freak.
Yeah.
And I'm hooked. I've been listening to New Thing on repeat. Yeah.
So I told Ethan, I was like, Toby Mac used to be in DC Talk. I was like, did you know that? You're like, no, I didn't know that. I said, also the singer for the Newsboys used to be in DC Talk. And he was like, what? And then I said, yeah, the singer from, he was in Audio Adrenaline for a bit, but Kevin Max, who I thought had the most unique voice as a kid. He still does. He has a very, very cool voice. Arguably the best voice in the whole group was in there as well.
Okay, quick idea here. What if we did a throwback concert? So we bring in like Michael W. Smith, Casting Crowns, Hillsong United.
How is this a throwback concert? United's still making new music.
No, but I mean the original, like Hillsong United.
They're in the nursing homes now, Kurt. We can't get them out. What are you talking about?
Like that would be a fun concert, right?
Yeah, it would.
Casting Crowns,
Casting Crowns is still putting out new music too.
I realize, but they were big in the 90s,
These are like almost like twisted insults.
No, they're not.
Without saying
it would be fun.
If someone told me like, Gardy, you're throwback, and I'm like putting out new music, I'm like, I just put out a new record.
It's like saying like Goo Goo Dolls. Goo Goo Dolls was big in the 90s. They're still putting out songs, but I would say it would be a comeback tour if they came back. Like they were big in the 90s. Just because they're releasing new music doesn't mean people are still listening the same way they did in the 90s.
Now you're insulting the Goo Goo Dolls. Someone tag the Goo Goo Dolls.
They're my favorite band.
Yeah, I don't know if they would take, if you had a chance to interview them and you were saying this stuff, they'd be like, dude, I'm over here trying to do a press, tour release, and like, why are you insulting me?
I'm sure
not
they
ever
would be
talking
like,
again.
hey, 90s was our time.
Maybe.
Like they would say the same thing. I love the Goo Goo Dolls.
That's fine. But I'm just saying that is almost seen as like an insult. But yeah, United, they still put out some good music. And Casting Crowns, I'm not sure when their last record came out, but I know some of those guys that went solo. But no, they still do some good stuff too. But even like, okay, Newsboys, I would say their glory days were like the 90s. But then they had a resurgence. And then like in the 2010s, like God's Not Dead. Yeah, that's arguably as big, maybe even bigger than some of the other stuff they had in the 90s. So like if you were like, oh yeah, throwback to the days, which they were big then. I don't know. It's just a big... I'm always wanting to not offend anybody, I guess.
I'm not
especially people I look up to.
I'm trying not to be offensive.
You're not even trying. You're just really good at it. That's impressive.
Oh man.
Can you imagine? I'm trying to think in a way that you would understand this, but I don't think I ever could. I don't think I could relate it to you.
If we do this show for 20 years and in our 20 years we're still going and still doing it.
I'm not even thinking that. Like last year, if someone was like, "Oh, y'all were so good in 2018," you would be like, "Excuse me, what?"
Well, no,
I was on yesterday.
I would still say that. I'd be like, yeah, we were much better in 2018 than we are in 2019. No, we're not. We're definitely better in 2019.
Ethan's offended over there.
Ethan wasn't a part of our show then.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Kelly said, I clicked and you're talking about Goo Goo Dolls, seen them live a bunch. Kelly and her daughter I'll see her daughter in pictures and she has on like band t-shirts like Nirvana and Rolling Stones and other bands like that.
See, non-Christian band that I would love to see would be Goo Goo Dolls. Black Balloon is one of my favorite songs of all time, and I have never seen them live, and I would love to do that. But I feel like I've missed, again, the prime. I would have loved to have seen them when they were big, and younger. I feel like it's different. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. They don't want you at their show anyway. I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know if they're on tour right now or what. When was the last time they put a record out? But if y'all have any thoughts on that, let us know. Like, who's a band y'all wish y'all could have seen maybe in that heyday? Who is a band?
DC Talk.
I got to see DC Talk in the heyday. I got to see like Newsboys in the heyday, like in the 90s. And I remember seeing Carmen on like the Standard tour, which I don't even know y'all know who Carmen is. Like I saw Carmen in the Astrodome.
Dang.
I was telling that to someone the other day. Like I remember watching the Astros in the Astrodome, but then like I remember Carmen packed out the Astrodome. Like it was packed, which is nuts. But I didn't have glasses yet, so I would have been in first or second grade, and I definitely needed glasses. And I got them in third grade, so I remember not being able to see. I'm just like, because I was like up in the nosebleed or whatever. I'm like, I can't see anything, but I know he's down there. And then I got glasses later. I'm like, oh, man, I didn't know I needed glasses.
The one concert that I was like blown away by was Owl City.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought tickets like the summer when I was like in college this summer. I bought tickets, and actually I think it was a free concert. Like you just had to have the ticket, so you didn't pay anything.
Were you jumping
for 'em.
out and being like fireflies?
I was.
Woo!
So
Like fireflies.
We bought them before they blew up. Like I had no idea who Owl City was.
What year was this?
2010? No, yeah, 2009. So between my sophomore and junior year in college, and we bought them, and then we went.
I not believe your eyes.
Yes, and then they had that song. But here's the worst part about it. Like, that's their song that they're known for. Their one hit, like, it's on the radio. They play all their other songs and don't play that, right?
I got tired of playing it, dude.
We got mad, and so we were going to, like, walk out, and then they come back and did it as their encore. I was like, come on.
That's what every band does. You play your hit at the end. Like, you make them think you're leaving, and then there might be a double encore. Or they play, like, MXPX, one of my favorite bands, growing up. I saw MXPX, like, maybe 5 years ago, when they came into town. I don't know when. They usually don't come to Houston. They'll go, like, San Antonio. But Mike Herrera, he moved to Waco, and so that's what he'll play, like, some solo dates and stuff. But the last time that I saw him, maybe about 5 years ago, but that's what they do. They're going to play punk rock show as like an encore. Like, they'll get done and then, like, maybe go off, and then everyone's like, come on. But for me, I've seen them. I mean, they've been a band for over 20 years now. They started when they were, like, 16, 17 years old in, 1992. And then they write these hits, but their music changes over the years. And so there's a big catalog of music they get to play, but obviously there's the hits. So people are probably, like, cheering for the other ones, but they're still putting out new records.
But see, that's what I think would be great if we did a throwback concert. People would get a chance to watch these people and be like, oh, I remember going to Abundant Life and watching Michael W. Smith again, or, like some of those other good Christian bands that were big, back in the early 2000s, 1990s.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's no way we could afford, like, that 1, 2, 3, 4. You're like, United, Michael W. Smith, and who was the other one? Oh, Casting Crowns. Like, that tour package would be nuts, and we'd have to sew it together, so it'd be like $150,000, like, to get everybody in. Usually the way these things work is, like, there's packages that are put together, and it's like, hey, we need a Texas date, and then this is the package. So you got to pick one that makes sense, unless you fly, like, a whole group in, and then it's still, like, a little bit.
We just have to sell tickets for $40, and we make our money back. And pack out 4,000 people inside of the church.
Yeah. Comfortably, I say we do like 3,000.
Comfortably. Okay, so let's do 150,000.
Kelly said, I didn't grow up in Texas, but I would have loved to see Selena. That would be an awesome concert.
Oh,
my parents, so I'm from Angleton. I was born in Lake Jackson, but Selena's parents had a restaurant like in that area. And so my parents, lived in Angleton, and Lake Jackson's like the big city there. They owned a restaurant there, and whenever they were kids, like in the movie, you can see that they were like playing and singing, and so my parents were able to go to that restaurant and actually see, Selena and her brothers and sisters performing whenever they were little kids. So that's pretty cool.
That would be awesome to see Selena one more time.
One more time.
As
a child at the restaurant, just like the movie. What a great movie, too.
Great movie. Salinas with an S. That's the only part of the whole movie.
You have to turn your de-esser on, like, even up. It's already up a lot,
That's the one part of the entire movie I remember. That's the only part of the movie I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to watch it again.
I know, I need to.
The other movie that's amazing, La Bamba, that's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I love La Bamba.
Yeah. So we're going to go back on the FM right now. We got 10 seconds to listen to some Tasha Layton. I'm going to let y'all listen to the end of the song. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Right now it's 10:27. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we're talking a little bit about potential concerts to come to our area.
I will say this before we jump into this. I love the music that we're playing on KHEA Radio. I think it's
Thank you.
It's powerful. It's amazing. If you aren't listening to 99.5 FM in your car, you're missing out on a lot. Like, I drive down the road and I'm just like jamming to 99.5 FM.
I don't blame you.
And if you can't get it there, you can also listen online, KHEAradio.com. And then we're going to be releasing the app here. Sorry, we had tacos brought to us by Alan Hutchins, and
A&A.
That was the taco talking a little bit as I'm trying to talk.
Hey, you know what? On Saturday, and I figured they probably wouldn't answer my phone call, but there was a radio station bleeding onto ours, and I'm not going to say which one it was, but it's definitely in our area. So I called him, and the spot that I heard was like, hey, if you want to do this, call our radio station, blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, bet I will call y'all right now. So I gave him a call, but it just rang and rang. But I was going to ask some questions and be like, so where are you guys broadcasting from? Like, I'm really interested in learning more about your station. What's your area? So I may give him a call later on today.
That would be hilarious.
I think so too. But yeah, they didn't answer. On a Saturday with it being Mother's Day weekend and the weather alerts and everything else that was going on. What did y'all do for Mother's Day? What did you do? Let me know. If you're watching on Facebook, did you have a good Mother's Day? Maybe you had some gifts from the kids or your husband. Let us know. This is KHEA Radio. We're talking about music and potential music that we can play here on KHEA. What are your suggestions?
I was thinking of the last concert that I went to after Harvey took place. Air One was one of the radio stations that I used to listen to before KHEA Radio was the thing. I used to listen to Air One a lot. And one of the things that we wanted to make sure was, I would donate to Air One like $10 a month, right?
To get the iPad.
Yes, to get the iPad.
For their share-thon.
For their share-thon.
To get that iPad.
I got weaseled into $10 a month to Air One. They called everybody who lived in the Houston area and was like a partner who would donate with them and just said, hey, we're thinking of you. And I said, hey, yeah, actually, we're operating as a distribution center, which is where KHEA Radio was kind of birthed from, was this distribution center. And so they called after Harvey like a week afterwards, and they said, hey, we thought it was really cool that you were helping with the church and that your church was doing this. We want to give you tickets to our Positive Hits Tour concert that's coming to Katy. And they had bands like
Mercy Me?
No, Torn Wells was there.
Torn Wells.
What's the Metallic one that we've talked about?
The Metallic?
Not Metallic, but they were like really grunge rocky Christian band. The guy plays the guitar down here.
Oh, you're talking about Skillet.
Yes, Skillet. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head.
And it's a bass.
Yes. Those things. So they were and it was a great concert. It was a blast. And I loved listening to Skillet. I didn't know that I liked Skillet. I had heard their music on the radio, but then Skillet was great. I was actually, speaking of Mercy Me, as you bring up Mercy Me, they were fantastic when I saw them. Like, this was maybe when I was in high school. I went to a concert and Mercy Me was there. We're revamping our opener, and yesterday I was listening to songs, and Naola, my girlfriend, was like, you should do Mercy Me, I Can Only Imagine as the opener song. And I was like, that would be
the worst opener ever.
How to use Mercy Me. If I can only, she's like, people would start singing along, and I was like, I know.
Well, the point of our openers, we have to kind of like see what we want out of the opener.
Get fired up
a little bit.
And Mercy Me, I can only
imagine.
People would be like,
yeah, like in the middle of the worship.
Have you guys heard the reimagined version of the song?
No.
It's so. Oh gosh, that was. Yeah. It's like, it's really hype. It's good.
It's their remix of it? Did they remix it or somebody else?
It's like, it's them, and it starts out and they're like, whoa, and it's like, it's good.
Where'd you find it, on YouTube?
Yeah. It's on their page.
Hey, will you put that in rotation?
Yes.
There you go.
Ethan, we need 100 songs. We need 100 songs on in rotation today. And we need 2 more cups of coffee.
Apparently.
To get this 29 minutes.
This.
So Robin said Skillet will be here later in a couple months, and she had mentioned, Mercy Me, Crowder, and Jordan Feliz, Zach Williams, Phil Wickham. Those would be all good ones. Christian Stanford.
Jordan Feliz would be great. He looks just like
Justin
Gambino, who I saw was performing in Woodstock, Vermont last night, and so I commented on his post and I said, hey, I actually was just down the road where I grew up, not where I was for 2 years, where I moved in Rutland, Vermont. And so that was cool. He goes, yeah, actually people from Rutland was here. And I'm like, yeah, it's like a 30-minute drive down the road to Woodstock. I thought that was kind of cool.
Is Woodstock where they did Woodstock?
No, that's Woodstock, New York. This was Woodstock, Vermont.
I feel like Vermont and New York are the same thing. Aren't they like right there?
Yeah, it's right. It was about an hour and a half drive into New York. It was like 2 hours from Albany where I was, and so you would fly into either Albany or Burlington and then drive that 2 hours or whatever to get to that location.
I'm trying to think of a a good thing, but we're so far away from like even like Louisiana. If it was like, oh, Lamarck, Louisiana, Lamarck, Texas, it's just like, really? Did you have to copy our city name? Like, but it's probably somebody's last name, so it was named after them.
Well, I grew up in Lexington, right?
Which is there's like a big Lexington, like the real one, right?
In Kentucky, but there's
Right.
also one in Massachusetts. Like that's the original Lexington, and so that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, so just reusing these names. So, hey, I see KDN is on here. We were talking about Southern Sass Vinyl and more earlier, talking about that potential ribbon cutting. And Perry Brooks was in studio kind of giving you all a shout out about everything that you guys have going on, Lizzie and Paul as well, and how these new businesses are popping up in our area and have really started to grow in the community supporting one another, like business owners supporting one another. And then also the community supporting those businesses is really what is causing these businesses to thrive.
Yeah, and it's really kind of cool that all of these connections, I still get blown away when someone's like, hey, I know Chef Mary Bass. I know, this person as well. And it's like, we know them as well.
This is nuts. Yeah, this is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's 1034. Let me try something. So, what?
Golly.
There's this new background music we're trying to source and figure out, but
Gardy, this is bad.
what's bad? I feel inspired. Hey, you know what I saw a year ago on my memories on Facebook?
Yeah.
There was a memory that popped up and it had background music in it, and it was that track that got deleted originally, and it wasn't this one.
Aw.
But it sounded good. It sounded good. What do you think? Whenever you're looking for music in a background, like, is it inspiring? Because you were talking about making that new video, like with Mercy Me. It depends on the point of the video, but...
So I think I know the song that I'm going to use for the new opener for the church, and it's...
What is it? Pastor Catherine said she gave you a list of songs to use.
Yes, and I did not like any of them.
I don't think it matters which you like and what you don't
But
like.
I have to edit to it.
And that's okay.
So it was like 3 of them were all Planet Shakers.
Yeah.
And I felt... How do I appropriately say this about Planet Shakers?
You don't like Planet Shakers?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like Planet Shakers is for great for the little kid to go dance around to. I don't feel like it's good for adults to dance around to. Like, it doesn't fire me up when I listen to Planet Shakers. But it's good for that. Like little kids, Planet Shakers, great. But I think what I'm going to use is yesterday morning for the offering song, you guys did Glorious. Is that right? Glorious Day.
Yeah.
I love that song, and I think it's fiery enough that people can jam out to it when you guys do it.
Okay, here's the thing. If you use another song that we do, then it's going to kill us doing it in the worship set, which stinks. And so for you to use a Planet Shaker song that we don't do, I think that would be ideal.
But the cool part is that people... So I had this conversation with somebody yesterday.
Who?
With Naola.
Okay, I'm just trying to see where I value this conversation.
Okay,
Keep going.
so up there, right? And the cool part about that was she was like, yeah, people will actually know the song, and so they would jam. That's what makes Real Love so powerful, is people know the song, and so they can jump and mess around. If you do a song that nobody knows,
they'll learn it after they hear it for the millionth time. They will. But Real Love is good because we don't do Real Love. Because that's not it can be a congregational song, but there are songs that are good for congregation, and then there are songs that are good for hype videos, and it's like, oh yeah, this is good. And Real Love is fits that perfect. In my opinion.
The hard part was I felt like those 3 songs that Pastor Cat had chosen weren't gonna be good opener songs. From the hard part for me is Real Love was such a powerful opener song because it gets you jumped like that. 1, 2, 3, jump, kind of mentality. You're going to jump around to that song. And that's what I was thinking of yesterday with the Glorious song is it's a jump around kind of song. So it's hard finding a
Please
jump
don't
around.
kill that song for us.
I won't kill that song for you.
Because then we're going to hear it for the next year, and then we won't be able to do it anymore.
It's supposed to go into rotation. So the 3 songs, and then when we add a 4th, they'll just stay in rotation, and every week it'll just change up. So in a month, you might hear that song once. Because we're only doing it Sunday mornings. You're worried.
I'm not worried. I've been a part of the idea to get this information to you, but after I talked to Catherine again yesterday, she's like, yeah, he was supposed to have I said, yeah, he was complaining about not being able to find a song. She said, well, I gave him 3 songs, and I said, I'm not surprised. Just do your job. at the end of the day, right?
Wow. No, those songs weren't going to work. As the creative behind the product, you have to make sure that it works.
Yeah.
You can't because at the end of the day,
You should do what your job is whenever your boss tells you to do your job. No?
No, you got to find the creative piece. It's a little different when you're doing something creative versus doing something non-creative.
Okay.
As a creative, you it's almost like saying like, hey, go do a vlog and this is the music that you have to choose.
Right.
It's hard. Like if I said, or this is the content that you have to do, it's going to be hard for you to do that kind of thing because it's like, okay.
I think that's part of the challenge, though. Like, if you're up for the challenge and you're good enough, you can make it work.
Yeah.
So
some people can do that, but when it comes down to an opener, I think it's a little more trickier than, hey, just throw on a song, because you got to make it work. You know. Also, the other piece to that is you have to find the instrumental of those things as well.
Yeah.
So I looked for some of those as well for those instrumentals because I was like, maybe it sounds better instrumentally, and I couldn't. Two
for
of those
Glorious
songs,
Day?
No, not for Glorious Day, because Glorious Day has the instrumental. The three that Pastor Cat had put out, two of those
they don't exist.
Didn't have the instrumentals. Yeah. So, that's part of it too. So that's what made Real Love so good, as well. We actually used 3 different versions behind it
Of Real Love, the track?
Yeah. There's 3 different types of it that meshed into one track.
So Young and Free is the artist for Real Love, right? And they have a ton of songs I feel that are like that. And I don't know what they are because I listen to Young and Free a little bit, but a lot of what they do doesn't work for like a congregation setting. It's more of a performance. And so for me, I listen to more congregational music that I can use potentially, right?
Right.
But they have a ton of great music, but that's like their whole vibe, you know, that getting hype has like the dubstep drops and all that in it.
Yeah, I actually went and looked yesterday. One of the things that I do when I'm looking for music like this is I'll go and do I'll make stations off of a certain song. I'm like, oh, I like that song. Let me go do a station. So one of the things that led to me was the Bethel music. Like in the new album, I was like, well, maybe I could choose a song from there.
Probably not.
No, it's not. It's completely different.
It's congregational.
It's congregational. And so, yeah, it's hard picking something like that because you just don't know how it's going to react.
Yeah. Bethel, that new album that they did, which I love, is almost a country album. No joke. Like a lot of it has like country feel. And, you know, Darian, one of the guys on the music team here, said man, I feel like I'm playing Red Dead Redemption. I was like, well, what's the problem with that? Everybody likes Red Dead Redemption.
Right, yeah.
So it has like that feel. And I've been writing some music too and just putting stuff together. And as my wife told me, she was like, it sounds kind of country. You know, like the chords I was putting together. But again, that's what I've been listening to. But I've never considered myself a country artist.
Right. Yeah. I think that Bethel was very, very much country sounding, but it doesn't work for an opener.
No, I don't. I agree with you on that. But they do have some great songs. If you haven't checked out that new album, go do it. Hey, didn't United come out with the new
I
album?
listened to some of that yesterday. It's great. Robin actually just said the new United is good too.
Yeah, my wife texted me and said, "Let Go" or "Love Won't Let Me Down" from Young and Free. Those are that Young and Free. They'll have those hype feel like those are songs that would fill that exactly, in my opinion.
You know how much knowledge like Naola has too about music, which is awesome. She was like, you should go find the beats per minute for Real Love, and then like look for songs that are in that beats per minute. So then you know, like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. That's the energy that you need in that beats per minute.
Just because I bring up my wife doesn't mean you always have to bring it. I feel like that's like the common thing.
No, I was just
Do you notice that, Ethan? Anytime I say something, he's like, oh, my, I'm like, okay, Curt, it's not a competition. It's not a competition.
It's not. That's not what I meant for it.
Okay, it's 10:42. We're going to take a quick break on the FM. This is KHEA Radio 99.5. Woo!
No ramp on that.
The new United is good too. That's what reminded me, Robin, that I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I'm going to go pull it up and add it to my library so I can jam it. But I grew up in that time whenever that like the original United came out.
Yeah.
Curt's throwback, as he was mentioning. And let's see. Boom. Gotcha. It was good. And that was a game changer because before that it was man, what's the name? They did I Could Sing of Your Love Forever.
I could sing love, love.
Sonic Flood. Sonic Flood came out with these worship albums, but it was like an alternative sound. So like I told you, Ethan, whenever I was a kid, it was like DC Talk, Newsboys, OC Supertones, 5 Iron Frenzy, MXPX, those kind of bands. And then it was CCM, that contemporary Christian sound where you had people like Darlene Check, well, she was like the original Hillsong, and then some other people that did like Michael W. Smith, right? And then Sonic Flood came out with that worship album, and then the Ska-Hallelujah album came out where they played worship songs in ska. Which, do you know what ska is? It's like, well, they play. It's almost like a punk beat, but they play with horns, and it has like a reggae influence in there as well, it was different too. So that's like the late '90s, and then from there, after a couple years later, that's whenever Hillsong United came out. And it had like a young feel to worship music. And then music has kind of taken that, evolving into now we just are releasing worship tracks and then pop Christian music.
I feel like that's, there's a radio station, I won't mention their name again, but that's what they did. They changed to more worship-y stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people, that's what they want to listen to, which is nothing wrong with that. But right now, there's not that many Christian rock, like a new Christian rock band blowing up.
Right.
Yeah, there's like Skillet, but they've been doing this for like the early 2000s, or maybe even the late 90s. I remember like Bleach and Skillet and Plum and bands like that, which I used to love. And, Plum, I don't know if she's still making music, but she went solo, and it used to be like a rock band, and it was like the answer to like the Cranberries, I think, those female rock bands. And then she went solo and was doing like lullaby worshipy music.
The hard part with like Christian rock is most people confuse it for secular music, right? Like Creed.
Well, I didn't even know if Creed was like fully Christian. They sold them in Christian stores, and they were like branding it in a way, but it was more Skillet
is more secular as well, but they're Christian based.
Well, there's Switchfoot, too. Like, but they make those decisions. Like, yeah, in the beginning they were probably doing like Christian records, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, as a business, maybe their values change, maybe they're in different places in their life. So it's like, hey, well, yeah, let's release an album that'll do both, and be vague.
Lauren is that Lauren Daigle's like that right now, isn't it? Or is it Lauren?
Lauren Daigle, yeah, she's the one who worship leader, worship albums, and right now she's kind of doing some more
poppy
mainstream stuff, is what we'll call it, instead of like non-Christian, more trying to appeal to mainstream.
And it's funny because then these the Christian, there's certain Christian people who are attacking her for going mainstream, but sometimes you have to in order. So I was talking to, we have a gentleman who works here at KHEA Radio, Scott Pearson. He said that he saw Skillet one time, and it was in like this biker place, and all these biker dudes were there listening to Skillet, like jamming out. And all of a sudden, he was like, "We're gonna do an altar call. If you want to come up and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then come on up." And he was crazy because here are all these biker dudes jamming out to this rock band who are now maybe being introduced to Jesus Christ for the first time. And it's kind of like that interesting mentality of like, sometimes you can't just be in this bubble of Christianity.
Yeah.
You have to go out and be in the world and invite people to become Christians.
Robin's dropping like
Knowledge.
Christian music knowledge, with 1,000 Foot Crutch and Fireflight. I played with 1,000 Foot Crutch before, and they're good. They're from Canada.
She needs to come and be a DJ and just be like, and coming up is this band, and she's like picking these bands.
Throwing axes.
Oh my gosh, that would be an awesome radio program.
So whenever it comes to like being a musician, whenever it comes to listening what you're going to listen to, at the end of the day, you are the one who answers for your own choices. You are the one who answers to the decisions you make, in your life. So if a musician feels like it's what they're going to do, they can get advice, but hey, that's their decision to make, which you're going to deal with scrutiny one way or another, probably no matter what you do. But at the end of the day, it's like Christianity. You have to have your relationship with God. It kind of goes up. That relationship up and down, because if at the end of the day, you're the one answering for all the decisions you make.
Right.
So it's just like about that relationship. And so I'm thinking it's the same thing as a musician. Lauren Daigle, if that's her decision to make, she has a relationship, up and down with God. And if she feels like, hey, I'm going to go mainstream or secular, then it's what's best for me in my career. It's what's best for my relationship with God or whatever my goals are, right? There was a band, Under Oath. Have you ever heard of Under Oath?
No.
So it's I guess they're post-hardcore. They used to be straight up metal, but they were around like in 2002. So when they started, metal band, right? And I would listen to them. And they went hardcore, post-hardcore, and they went up and down. But in the beginning, I've seen them in concert multiple times. And they would play these songs, and they would like screaming, like drums and all this stuff. And then they would do maybe an altar call, be like, hey, we're a Jesus-driven band. If you don't know Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, come and talk to us. And they did it, which was really cool, in my opinion, because growing up in church, and it was like, man, this music's awesome. And you have to go read their lyrics because you definitely couldn't understand. And then you would, after you listen enough, then you could piece it together. But here recently, they have come out and said, we're not Christians anymore. We don't believe. And we didn't want to. Yeah, so again, but they're the ones held responsible, and they did a lot. They introduced me into that kind of music, like that hardcore Christian music. But now I listen to Aaron Gillespie, and he actually came out with a worship album probably 8 years ago, and had his own band and did some really cool stuff. But he came out and did an interview on a podcast, and he was like, I don't know. Some things happen, and now I'm choosing to say I don't know. That, I believe that's called agnostic, and that's, I don't know. Things in his life happen, and it's led him to that point. But I believe that he does know, because he knew, and he said, well, this is what he said. He said, I grew up in church. My parents are Christian. I went to church camp. I played in the band, and then I joined with a couple guys who were older than me, started Under Oath, and it was Dallas Taylor, who's he used to be the singer for Under Oath, and then he started his own band called Memphis. No, not Memphis. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But there was Dallas was the one driving, we're a Christian band, let's do this. He's a couple years older, and so he kind of grew into it, and then I guess he never got that relationship for himself. That's why it's like, hey, it's about you. You can't live under, Dallas Taylor's we're a Christian band, or he can be the leader, but you have to have that relationship with him down, because if you're trying to do it for somebody else, you're never going to get it for yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. I think, it's one of the things that for you and I too, in this position and in this place, it's, I think just constantly remembering who we're doing this for, who we're broadcasting for every single day, and that we don't lose sight of that.
Yeah.
That we are about positivity, and we are about community, which is awesome, but we do it under God's name, and we bless, we feel that this radio station is super blessed to be a Christian radio station. And I think that's just a constant reminder for us to do so, that we remember above, and that we keep that relationship with God every time, everything that we do.
Yeah.
We're coming up on, I remember a year ago, right? This time last year, coming up, I think on Friday, actually, is the 1 year anniversary of the Santa Fe shooting. And I remember that day still, yesterday. You and I were sitting here, and we had Roulant in.
Roulant was in, yeah.
And
the firefighter games were coming up, and I remember them making the decision, we're going to have the firefighter games, or we're not? What's going on?
And I remember just sitting here on our phones, during the break, and we were still live on Facebook, and so it's kind of just still maintaining, and we said, hey, we're not going to mention anything. We don't know anything. We can't really bring it up. But then, afterwards, we're just hey, let's say a prayer and guide us through this. And then we did. We went back and did another segment after the show just to be hey, we're praying for people. And I think that was a good reminder of maintaining that relationship with God to protect us.
Ethan, when did you move here?
August.
In August, okay. Just trying to get a grasp on our time here together.
Ethan, by the way, we were talking about this
Friday,
I believe. Ethan, or somebody said something about that, where it was day one, you guys show up here at the church just because you wanted to come to church, and that night you were volunteering on the team, like you were running graphics for Pro P. Like you helped easily fill a need. Obviously, when you go away from KHEA Radio, when you go away from the church,
we cry.
We do, because you've been a blessing to us. And I was just reminded about that. Like, you've been here since August, but you've been a member of this team for almost a year, which is awesome.
This is the opposite of a firing from Curt. It was an encouraging.
Quite.
I'm a good guy. Some days.
Yeah.
Some days.
Yeah.
I was hoping you said Sundays, and then I'd have something to look forward to in the week.
Chocolate Sundays on a Sunday. It's 10:53. We got about 2.5 minutes left in this next song, so it's playing some Tadashi featuring Jordan Feliz.
Like the son of man, understand I'll never drown.
That's Tadashi.
Dude,
Gotta live.
Our thing is on fire. KHEAradio.com. If you're not in the immediate area listening to us on the FM, like, you need to be, because some of the music that we're playing really gets me in a good mood.
Well, the app will help that. Whenever the app launches in the next 7 to 10 business days.
No, it would be -3 to that, like 4 to 7 business days.
So whenever it launches, you'll be able to hear that music from anywhere, and you'll be able to participate in all the fun that we have. So I'm looking forward to that app. It's going to be I'm going to search for it right now, because, it could be up, and I'm missing out on all the features that it has. So, no, I don't want to download Golf Clash. I wanted to download KHEA Radio. The good thing is, whenever you search KHEA, nothing comes up that says KHEA at all. So people will most likely be, like, the first thing that comes up is, ads, right?
Yes.
Like tower defense.
That's the one thing I really like. So Pastor Walter Hallam also has an app called Walter Hallam Ministries. You can search for Walter Hallam, and when you search Walter Hallam, the only thing that pops up is his app.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, because that's great. That's good strategy and good marketing as well.
It's good. So let's see. Hey, again, I'm going to remind everybody, if you go to Jimmy Changa's today in League City, tell them you're there to support Abundant Life Christian School. You can go from like 5 minutes till now till tonight. So it's 11 a.m. right now till 9 p.m. tonight. If you go to Jimmy Changa's in League City over there off 646, tell them I'm here to support ALCS. We shared that from KHEA Radio's Facebook. I also shared that into our Talk of Taco Facebook group. Make sure you post those pictures in Talk of Taco that you are supporting Abundant Life. We would appreciate that. Pastor Cindy would appreciate that, and that would be a good way to give back. They do 20% of the proceeds, whatever you buy, goes back to the Christian school, which is cool.
The cool part about that is, it's very beneficial, but I wish these restaurants would do like, hey, all proceeds, like anybody who comes in that day is going to get that 20%. Wouldn't that be cool?
So not just the people that say I'm there for ALCS?
Yeah.
Some people do that. I've seen that Olympia Grill did that whenever it was Chef's Table Charities event. They did that for them, which kind of makes me sad and happy at the same time. So here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. That was Tadashi featuring Jordan Feliz, Gotta Live, right here on Kickstart. It's 10:56. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And it is about the end of our show, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, we've had a great show today. We talked to 3BQ and everything that they have going on. They're going to be doing some stuff at Little Bellamia throughout the month of May and the month of June, doing some sandwiches with Perry Brooks barbecue on it. It was a great time talking to 3BQ, and we're going to be actually out tonight at Bayshore Grill in sunny San Leon, Texas, starting at 6:30 for an event that's taking place there. We're going to be giving away a cruise May 31st at 7 o'clock, and that is actually going to be on location at Bayshore Grill. And so we're going to be doing some stuff there to make sure that we have good connections, so when we drop the winner of that cruise video, they actually can hear it live happen.
And see it, because we're going to stream it live on Facebook for sure, and we're going to make sure that people get the best quality product that we can provide right here. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us. If you're listening in your car, at work, maybe on your phone at 99.5 FM or KHEAradio.com, thank you to you as well. Always feel free to call a friend, text them, tell them, hey, I got this thing that you need to know about, and then that can become part of their morning routine. Every weekday morning, 8:30 to 11, we are going to be here talking about everything going on. And I think we got a fun show tomorrow. I know Dr. Chop is here. Do we have Dr. Deb? Dr. Deb, she does something interesting. It's called acupuncture.
Yeah, she might be sticking us with needles tomorrow.
I want to get stuck. I want to feel it. And they're little bitty needles, but hopefully I'll be able to still be able to talk. Like, I won't be relaxed too much where it's like bing, 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 and I'm like, oh, I'm so relaxed. On our face, Ethan says, acupuncture the face. We can acupuncture Kurt's nose. Think about all the needles we can fit in that right there.
We can ask her, like, how can you fix, like, allergies through acupuncture? Because I'm sure you can, right?
Probably.
Because Dr. Deb is Dr. Choppa's acupuncture. And I feel like, yeah, acupuncturist.
I imagine. I don't know how you say it.
Say that 3 times fast. Acupuncturist.
Acupuncturist. I can't do it.
No, you can't.
Impossible.
It's impossible. So that's going to be 8:30 to 10 is going to be Dr. Choppa, and then at 10 o'clock we're going to have Dr. Deb in studio talking about acupuncture. So you're not going to want to miss tomorrow's show. It's going to be great.
I have a feeling Dr. Choppa's not going to want to leave. Sometimes he gets those guests. Like, we've had Maine Squeeze in, and he's just like, oh, God, I'm going to stick around and drink all y'all's juice. And then we're like, Dr. Choppa, we wanted to try some juice too. And he's like, oh, yeah, but my friends, and then he'll just be here for 2.5. He's even laughing over there.
You hear Mike silently in the mics, like
Ethan's like, I'm not gonna be here. It's 10:59.
Are you glad you got out of Tuesdays?
Time. Ethan's a little glad he doesn't have to be here for Dr. Chop anymore. Why is that, Ethan?
Echinacea.
The echinacea shots. He was over it.
What happened to our echinacea? I like this sitting here so I can intimidate people.
He got thrown away. He was here for a while.
Did you put your bang over here so it looks like I've had 2 bangs and 2 coffees and a water?
No, I put it over there because it's closer to the trash can. And I didn't want to look like a fool and accidentally drink it. Like an empty can. And you can definitely tell when you pick up an empty can. It's just like, yeah, like Kurt right now. Just like, oh, yeah. Anyways, hey, it's about 11 o'clock. This has been Kickstart. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to have Dr. Aaron Choppa in studio. We're going to have Dr. Deb in studio talking about acupuncture. So it's going to be a whole healthy show about living better, feeling well, and just not being sick anymore. It's 11 o'clock. Be blessed. Coming up next is some Todd Smith. There's a light right here on KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Another jam. Let us know what you got going on. Send us an email.
Well, man, our music is killing it today. 99.5 FM. Go check it out.
All right, guys. Hey, be blessed. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.